Geez. Are we live?
We're live.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Good to be with you.
TGIM. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. First and foremost, we want to thank Mr. Paul Abrahamian for taking time out of his Monday to be with us.
Hello.
For those of you that don't know Paul, he was on a very famous show on CBS, Big Brother, which we'll dive into. But prior to us beginning, I was like, Paul, you could curse in whatever language you want, just don't curse in Armenian.
Our
That's a
parents
bummer.
watch this show.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
The only reason why I say it is, we've talked about it on the past with Ed, with Armand, myself. It sounds so vulgar.
Yeah, it stings deep when it's in Armenian.
You know what I mean?
It's different.
The same curse word in English doesn't sound as bad as it does in Armenian.
Someone out there will get personally offended if you say it. You know what I mean? They'll be like, yo, he's talking about me.
Exactly.
Im lava. That's what he's saying.
You see?
There you
We
go.
haven't even gotten started.
Seriously, we haven't. Well, we want to thank you for taking time out of your Monday to be with us, man.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like trying to look at you, but I'm looking at the screen at you. I guess I should just look at you.
Forget the cameras.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, word.
Bro, it's like Big Brother.
I'm an amateur.
Hold
so.
on, let me ask you a question. When you were on Big Brother, were you looking at the camera?
Well, I couldn't really see the cameras. They were like hidden in the
was
house.
hidden.
You know what I mean? Everything is like hidden. Voyeurism.
What? Were they
yeah,
hidden or
like
they
double
were-
pane
Of
glass
course,
and shit. Like
yeah.
you can't see anything.
Well, hold on. Because I follow Big Brother, I watch Big Brother. There's always those cameras that when it's doing like those.
Oh, like the surveillance camera type
yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's true. I guess that's in like the top corner of the room, so you're like it's like
Interesting.
out of sight, out of mind. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, let's actually kind of dive into that. Can you tell our audience, because when we originally posted you, a lot of people hit us up. They're like,
Fuck that guy.
who the fuck is this guy? Because you tag somebody in it, and then they go into the page, and then we even had some people mention.
They're like, yo, are y'all okay?
They're like, are you bringing some goth guy onto the show? We're like, okay, Google his name, find out who he is, like some sort of information. I mean, we're lucky nobody said, is it another psychologist or psychiatrist?
Not worse. I need a psychologist or a psychiatrist.
Well,
Together.
the patient.
That we can arrange. That's not an issue.
yeah, do you need a
Y'all got a bartender and you got a psychologist on board? What's going on?
course.
You got a whole team here.
Yeah, I
Of
mean,
course we do. You thought ABC was big.
WiseNuts is huge.
yeah, we got a rabbi in the back who does circumcisions as well.
Are you volunteering?
I was the guinea pig.
On the first episode, Arno was.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if this is like a serious podcast or you guys are funny, but we're already like 1 minute into circumcisions and psychiatrists. So I think I have my answer.
There you go. So, well, for those of the people that are watching who don't know what Big Brother is, can you kind of just give us a brief explanation of what it is, how you got on it, and the kind of beginning process before we dive into the rest of the show and then obviously other topics?
Yeah, so it's basically, I mean, like most reality TV shows, like a bunch of people that like eventually have to like hate each other and like compete for a prize. So they take like eight women, 8 men, and they put them in a house. Obviously, you go through like heavy casting and like screening, and they make sure they're putting like the perfect people in there that are either gonna like each other or hate each other or like, something to create good TV. But they're going to take 16 personalities that clash, that enmesh, and they throw them in this house. And basically, you compete with like physical, mental, luck of the draw type competitions. Like some shit you would see on like Nickelodeon Slime Time. Like you compete in goofy competitions. Sometimes brutal ones. Like they'll make you like hang on to some shit for 10 hours. But yeah, basically you do that every week and somebody gets voted out. But there's all these twists and turns, and basically the last man standing wins. But the people that vote for the winner are the people that you like outplayed. So if you piss them off, they could just not vote for you because they don't like you, or if you know what I mean. So you have to like you got to pay attention to the people at all times because they're the ones that are going to end up voting for you to win or not. And it's obviously between two people in the end, and the jury members, like 8 or 9, I think it's 9 people, get to vote for the winner. So you win.
Are the jury members the ones who've already been ousted out? Or?
Yeah. And it ousted out. They could be people that hate you and they're just in there like campaigning to not vote for you. They're like, fuck this dude, don't vote for him. Let's vote for the other guy, So you kind of got to be smart about who you send to that part of the game and like how you send them off, because they could just not like you and screw up your game. You know what I mean?
Paul, that being said, we have questions from fans. And
Damn, they got you on there, and we damn, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
cool.
on here too. All right. Oh shoot! Hang on. I gotta get back to the question.
Did you drop it, Joe?
Yes.
Did you drop
I
the
dropped
question?
the question. Okay,
I
here it
freaked him
is.
out.
Do you think it's fair that the winner is chosen by the cast who has been voted out versus the audience? That was actually, since we're on topics, that was one of the questions.
You know what? I think there's a happy medium answer. I do think the fans should be allowed to vote something, and they do vote for something called like America's favorite player, and then they'll give that player, I think it's like 25 grand. It might be 50 grand now. I don't really know, but it's some shit like that. But I do think it's important that the fans get to at least cast a vote, right? Because they're watching it. But if you really want to get into the nitty gritty of it, it could be problematic because, based on the TV edit, some people could be shown more favorably than other people. But I do think that the audience should vote at least once or like count for one vote, but maybe not the entirety of the winner, but also not at all, if that makes sense. I think there's a happy medium that they just haven't done.
Would that be because of the animosity that they've built because you outplayed them?
Oh, this would be the fan audience. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people complain about that aspect of the game where they're like, oh, well, like there was a lot of that discourse with because I got second place and I lost by one vote both times. And there was a lot of fans that were like, oh, he got like screwed over because the jury members were really bitter because he outplayed them, like he outsmarted them, and they were pissed, they were butthurt,
Yeah,
right?
because you were known as the puppet master.
I guess, yeah. I guess like I just irked. I don't know. People, they were definitely enemies that I made on the show, but they were people that I just didn't like. It's not like they were enemies because I outsmarted them. Like we just didn't like each other, and I outsmarted them. So like they still didn't like me, and they didn't like that they were outsmarted by me. So it's obviously going to create like tension a little bit, right?
Yeah. So you were on season 18 and season 19. For those of you watching, the new season of Big Brother will be airing this summer. And it's literally people locked in a house. And
Oh yeah, you have no contact with the outside
Yeah.
world. There's no news. You can't talk to your mom. You can't go on your phone. You can't read a book. Nothing. No music. Like you're literally it's like solitary confinement with 15 other people
for 90 days.
for 90 days.
So like it's not like Road Rules or Real World where once in a while you can go on FaceTime and call your
Go
wife.
out, go to the club. Nah, you ain't going nowhere. We're stuck in Studio City, but parking lot. Like we're cooked. Like it's done. We're not leaving that studio for 3 months. It was like a time capsule. I walked in and I walked out, and shit was really different. Like I missed out on Pokemon Go, and motherfuckers were in the street running, trying to catch Pokemon on their phone. I had no context of what that even was, and I came out and people were like, "Dude, Pokemon Go," and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" Like it's kind of crazy when you exclude yourself from society for that long, and I literally had no news. I'm pretty sure someone went to war too. Crazy shit happened that I came out and I was like, "Oh, word," like that, and you just don't know, and society moves on, and you just feel so like out of the loop. Like it took me a while to reacclimate into society and like catch up to what happened. And there's still shit that like I just don't get because I wasn't there.
You had to learn how to socialize again and
Totally.
shake
It was
hands
really
and talk
weird.
to people.
And what's crazy is like I went into this show just a fucking regular dude from Tarzana, like an Armenian kid, right? And then I came out to like the concept of like having fans, which is weird. Like I didn't. Like people were coming up to me as if they knew me because they watched me intimately for 90 days, right? And you could live stream, so they were literally watching me sometimes for hours at a time. So they developed this relationship with me, and of course I don't develop that relationship with them because I don't know who the fuck's watching me. So people would come up to me. This really actually fucked with me for a while. They'd be like, "Paul, bro, like, what's good?" And like my natural thing, I'm like, "Bro, what's up?" Yeah, but I'm like, "Do I know this? Do I know you?" But like, they come at me with such like, "Oh, bro, what's good, bro?" And like, I'm like, "Oh shit, I don't actually know this person." But like, I appreciate the energy. But like, it took me a while to get used to that, and then I started feeling bad because I'm like, "Oh, I don't know who you are," or maybe I don't remember. Like, "Oh, now I feel like a dickhead." But like I just didn't know. I've never met this person in my life. It was weird.
Because that was the consensus when I was watching some of the interviews of your competitors or your roommates. What are they considered? Roommates or
Castmates. But you got a good
Castmates.
radio voice. You got this deep ass radio voice.
Oh yeah.
It's a
I
good
do?
voice. You
I've never heard that
KTLA.
before.
Say some shit like that.
Fucking serenades everyone to sleep at night.
Had enough. Call Dr. Kevorkian. I love your shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Great
It's
shirt,
really
yeah.
great.
Since Dr.
Cute
Kevorkian's-
Armenian girl got it for me.
Yeah. Since
Yeah.
Kevorkian's not around, you can call me. But no, the consensus with regards to your castmates were that you were super manipulative, very
Damn, bro.
very smart, and that's one of the reasons. But you didn't make friendships with any of the cast members. That's why they voted you out.
No, that's bullshit. My whole slogan was literally friendship. I made friendship with mad people, but like they were just upset because we were friends and I still got them out. And they're like, oh, but how could you do this to me? But it's like, yo, we're competing for $500,000 and I don't know who the fuck you actually are. Like I met you a month ago, but like $500,000 would change my like family's life. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not going to sacrifice myself for you. Like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Really. I don't know you. Like, but $500,000, that could do some crazy shit to my family. And it's like, oh, I'm going to throw that away just because is like, well, bro, I don't know you, dude. Like, what?
Paul, so in a sense, you could have won $1 million.
Yeah.
But you
I
came
got
out with
fucked.
zero.
I came out with second place prize money, but it ain't
So
$1
they
million.
paid for second place.
50K.
Yeah. 50K is bullshit. And
Oh,
then, like the year after I stopped, they bumped it to 75. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Do they ask for taxes up front once they pay you?
I don't know, bro. I gave it to my accountant. I don't know shit. I'm dumb. I don't do this stuff. I don't know. I'm not a real person.
You're not a real.
Where's the accountant? Fuck. We
He,
need the-
he does
where's he
accounting
at?
next door. That guy right
Are you
there.
really?
What?
Are you actually an accountant?
No.
No, he does basic accounting though. No, don't you?
No, not
like
anymore.
4 plus
No,
3
No, not anymore.
is
I
8.
stopped at 9. 9 is my
9.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
that.
I thought you finished 29th grade.
Well,
4 plus 3 is 7.
Anything you're counting after 9, I'm fucking done.
There you go. There you go.
So let me ask you this, because I mean you did go off the motto friendship, and friendship was one of the things that you would constantly bring up, and it became a slogan like hashtag friendship.
Yeah, they
And-
were selling merch with that shit on it. I was like, yo, you better send me a check for that. But
Yeah.
they didn't.
Oh, they didn't.
No, hell no. No, they were selling shirts with like a silhouette of my face on it. I was like, yo, that's my face.
So
like,
who was selling that? CBS?
CBS, bro. They
Then
didn't give a
should
shit.
give your money.
Yeah,
bro.
they should. Guess what they gave me? Nothing. So,
Oh wow.
yeah.
So
Well,
you
you
said-
signed something, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I signed my literal life away. They could do anything. They could shoot me in the head and be like, no, we're good. You literally signed this document that we explicitly said you could shoot you in the head.
So who was Paul prior to Big Brother? What did you do for a living, or were you?
Bro, I went on mad long. Like, I'm mad young. I'm sorry. I was like 21, I turned 22 on the show. I was young as fuck. I just turned 31 like a week ago.
Oh, well, happy birthday!
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So you're
buddy.
31 years young. Nice.
I'm done, dude. Yeah, I'm 31 years cooked.
You're done, meaning
What do you
what?
mean done?
You're
Oh
just
shit!
starting.
Sorry.
You're here right now.
I'm pissing off the old heads. I'm just playing.
I'm
You're
done.
the youngest one here.
Damn, really?
You are.
Cool.
Yeah, I think
Y'all are fucked.
you and I are the closest one in age to each other. But look, man, I'll tell you this much, and the guys could probably vouch for this. You're gonna enjoy your 30s more than your 20s.
Yeah, I hope so.
But then when 40s hit you,
You're
it's
done.
different. It
I
slaps
felt
you in
that.
the face.
I felt that.
Your body, you still think you're in your 30s, and then your body's like, nah.
Your
you hit
brain's
the
like,
40s.
no, bro.
Fuck
What are you
that.
doing?
All right, yeah, I don't want to feel that yet. I'm still enjoying the 30s.
Insane. I never thought it was possible. I thought it was bullshit until it happened to me.
I like the ping ponging of this podcast. It's like my brain. Like, we're talking about 800 different things within like a fucking 2-minute
that's
radius.
The best part.
That's
It's
awesome.
our second episode. We're kind
We're
of
trying.
Kinda do it.
Third.
third.
Yeah,
That's
it's our
number
third
3.
episode, yeah.
See, that's why I'm not the accountant. I don't even know the difference
This
between.
is number
2 and 3.
Bro, you gotta quit this shit and be a voice actor, bro. None
Why
of
do you
these guys
think I'm
told
on a
you that?
podcast? What do you?
looking for
Why
his
do you
big
think I
break
was
here.
not casted in Ocean's 11? That's why I do podcasts.
It was between him and Clooney.
Damn, he got you. Damn,
He's
that's a
using
tough choice.
He's using this as a stepping stone.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Nice.
So, in the first season, you actually had, well, both seasons you had a ride or die. If
Yeah.
First season was Victor. Second
Yes.
season was Josh.
Yeah.
And did you guys kind of make a pact with each
It
other?
just kind of naturally happens, right? You gravitate towards one person and you're like, all right, you don't fucking suck. And I do kind of trust you. And like, all right, I got you, you got me. And like, let's look out for each other. But people do that and then they screw that person over. So fortunately, the 2 times that I had that, it was legit. And those dudes are super cool. And of course, I still keep in touch with them. But yeah, on the show, it's important to create an ally or else you're a fucking lone wolf. And that never works out for anybody. Like, you need to make friends and allies. And it's very like, micro politics in the house and who's running shit and who knows what or who's. What's crazy is you could play the game without even playing. Like you could just lay low and not create any waves. But even laying low, eventually all the people that are making waves in the game will turn around and be like, okay, I know that I fucking hate y'all, but like this person has been quiet the whole time and like they're in a better position than all of us. And then just like that, they'll just fucking turn on that person and get him out just because they know that their odds of winning the game are better. And they could put their beef aside to be like, all right, but fuck this person for being like in the middle. You know, they're riding that safe zone for too long. Get them out. Which is an interesting game. I don't really watch reality TV, but if I did, like this show, like concept-wise, is pretty fascinating.
Well, I mean, what made you go on Big Brother if you don't really watch reality
I think
TV?
you asked me this question, and then we fucking talked about circumcisions instead. But
That's kind of related, though, right?
But give me the lighter.
Yeah, I had to get circumcised to go on the show. That was a prerequisite. But basically, I was just scouted by a casting director. At the time, I was playing in a band. You asked me who was Paul before that. I had just graduated university. I graduated from Pepperdine University. I know that's hard to believe because I look like the Antichrist. But I graduated from Pepperdine University, and I thought I had to be a lawyer because I have Armenian parents, right? So it's like default. You're either a doctor, a lawyer, or a loser. And then I chose loser, clearly. Didn't go to law school, and then I was in a band, and I had a clothing company, I was making art, everything was cool and sweet, and then I just got an email one day, and they were like, yo, blah, 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 and then there was like the CBS logo at the bottom, and I was like, oh, this looks like a fucking scam email, and they're gonna steal my like social security number. Some Armenian dude is on the end of this email. No, it was legit. It was like a casting thing, and I was like, oh, let me answer and see. And then I just fucking went for like an in-person interview, and then I went through that whole process, and they put me on the show, which is pretty cool.
So
I was
you
22,
hadn't-
bro. I had like the life's fucking ass just opened up for me. Like I didn't. It was fresh out of university. I had no bounds to anything, and I was like, okay, this is cool. Like,
You hadn't watched any of the seasons prior to that?
no, I don't watch. I don't watch TV, and then. I didn't even. What's funny is people who are actually fans of the show that are either watching this or some of y'all are fans of the show. I had no fucking idea what I was doing for the first like 3 weeks of the show. And I aligned myself with very like machismo men, like physically fit dudes. And we were like winning competitions. And I'm like, this shit is easy, dude. We're going to win every competition and get to the end of this fucking game. What an easy concept. And then every week, one person from my little group was just getting out. And then like, it was like, I was next up, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm fucking, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, it seems like I'm next here in this order of operations. Like all my friends in this group that I thought we were gonna dominate are all going out, and then I was like the last standing duck. And then I figured it out, and then I created drama somewhere else to like get the attention off of me, and then that's how I kind of survived through the game.
Yeah, which is why kind of everybody turned on you, because as soon as they got to the jury, they're like, oh, what happened? Well, Paul did X, Y, Z. Paul did X, Y, Z to me as well.
Yeah.
And then the next person, and then the next person, and the next person.
But that's the point of the fucking game.
Exactly.
So for me not being a fan or watching the show, if I was ever like a jury member, I'd be like, damn, I got got. Like this person outsmarted me in this game. But like people forget that we're playing a game. Like you signed up to play a game. This is not like, we're not playing like this isn't like a dating show. Like we're literally competing. It is a competition. So if you're going to be offended that you lost a competition, my opinion is kind of like sore loser energy. You know what I mean? Like I would, even if I hated the person that outsmarted me, it's like, yo, he fucking beat me. You know, like what am I going to say? You lose a game of chess, you're going to throw the pieces off the board. You know what I mean?
When it came time for voting and Julie was pulling out the keys and reading the name.
Yeah.
The first time around when we were watching it, we watched it and it was kind of like, it sucks. They kind of screwed him over. And then when you came back the second season and you were against Josh, it felt different. It felt like the entire house was against you no matter what.
Yeah, well, it was set up to be that way though, because I was the only returning player, right? So I was already the odd man out from the jump.
Because Nicole didn't deserve beating you in the first season. In all honesty,
right? Well,
Again,
I mean, yeah, I guess.
bro,
I don't know.
in my opinion, she kind of sailed through that entire fucking season. Bro.
Yeah, I did a lot. I was on the block like the entire time. Like I think I did more like actual labor, but like that's not always the preface of the show. Like
But
just because
Nicole did take home $500,000, right?
yeah, for sure. So exactly.
And
you know what I
Victor,
mean? Yeah.
and Victor.
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally.
Fuck.
Yeah, she took home $500,000, and she took. Well, maybe Victor took Nicole home.
So potentially your ass could have been a millionaire.
Damn, bro.
Fuck, what happened?
If he won, I don't know if they would have invited him back for another season.
That's true. Nah, they do that, but
Do
you're
they?
right. They probably wouldn't have.
So come back to the other question from the fans. If you were invited to go back and play, would you go back for another season? And how about Big Brother Australia?
I was invited to go back for Big Brother All Stars, and I turned it down because it was during COVID. Scary times. There was a lot going on in the world. People were pissed off. The world was pissed off. And like it was COVID, and I would have felt really bad if I went away for months and somebody I knew got sick or died, or my family, or like it was like scary shit. You know, it was right when it started. And like there was just hysteria all around. And I'm not gonna sign up to go to a fucking whatever and ditch my family in this weird ass time, you know?
Right. The question was for if you were invited to the Australia one, I guess.
I mean, I would do it because that's cool. I want to go to Australia really bad, so it would be a nice excuse to go to Australia.
Well, it's not like you're gonna see Australia. You're gonna be in a fucking
I'd be
house.
stuck in a fucking
Yeah,
house.
well, how would you know if you're in Australia or Timbuktu?
That's true. I might as well be in Timbuktu.
10,000 square feet studio.
You're right.
They blindfold Paul, take him to Arizona.
And they're like, yo, you're
You're
in
in
Australia.
Australia.
Welcome to
I believe it.
Australia. He's like, oh, fuck, I'm finally in Australia.
They just throw a kangaroo in the backyard just to make it kind of.
And then when he's back in town watching the show, it says filmed in Studio City. You're like, oh,
You're like,
fuck,
fuck.
these guys ditched me.
No, it's Phoenix Zoo.
Phoenix, Arizona.
But there was a lot of key moments as far as rules in the game as well. For example, the have-nots, the slop, and all that shit.
yeah.
Like, let me ask you this, because I've always been curious.
That shit was ass.
The slop.
Fuck
What is
the
it?
slop? It's grain and like it's okay. It's like you know harissa, bro. It's grains.
Harissa.
Grains, no flavor, no fucking salt, seasoning, nothing. Just dry ass like oatmeal, not oatmeal, grains,
No,
bro.
grains.
Fucking
Cooked
grains.
grains.
Yeah, grains.
Harissa is the closest thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
then
Harissa has flavor, bro.
oh yeah, this
That's
has
'cause you
no
add
flavor,
flavor.
and then they put like vitamin powder and like whey protein, and like it tastes like ass. It's just it's slop, basically prison food, like labor camp food. Like they just put the essential vitamins so you don't die with grain, and they make you eat that, no flavor, but you have access to like sauce. I used to cook shit. I put like some haikak on fucking. I'm just kidding. It was basic ass ingredients in there, but I would season that shit and like cook it to make it more palatable.
That's what you have to eat every day?
If you get this punishment, which is called a have-not, you basically have to sleep in a compromising room. Like one of the seasons, the room was like 40 degrees and like on ice blocks. And the one I was on, it was like spike beds, and you have to sleep there for a week, and you can't eat food. You can't eat food. You have to eat that slop. That's it. You could only eat that slop
For a week.
For a week. But low-key, that shit I was cutting. I was working out in the backyard. I was on this slop diet. I was like, yo, no carbs, just fucking skinny Magoo, dude. That shit had me ripped. But
So you turn a negative into a positive.
yeah. But you have shitty sleep, and then you have to take cold showers, which is also cool because you could fucking Wim Hof, but it's not cool because you're doing like competitions at like 3 a.m. in a Studio City parking lot, and it's fucking cold in LA. And then you have like goo and slime in your hair and paint and confetti, and you have to take a cold ass fucking shower at 3 in the morning.
Those cold showers, like even off camera, it's still cold shower.
Oh, you cannot. If you see you turn the warm water thing on, you'll get a penalty. There's a camera in the shower.
What penalty?
They could get. You could be like put on the block, or if you're on the block, you could get an extra vote if you don't follow the have-not rules.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I don't know if they tell that to the viewers, but they're like, yo, if you don't like play along, because like some people that are like, you know what, I'm sick of this show, I'm sick of the game, fuck this have-not shit, I'm gonna eat cookies anyway. They'll be like, bro, if you do that, like we're gonna put an extra vote on you, or you're gonna go on the block. If you're not on the block, you're gonna be a special third block person because you're not playing nice.
Oh, so they'll fuck with you, basically.
They'll fuck. Oh yeah, they'll fuck with you, or they'll just straight up be like, okay, you're breaking your contract by not participating and get out.
Oh shit.
You abide by their rules. Also, it's dumb not to. Like, you signed up to play this game, this show, and you're not going to follow the rules. You're boring. You suck. Like, if you're signing up to do something, do it. If you're going to do it. Like, motherfuckers were on the show, like, on TV for their first time, and in the downtime, instead of, like, being entertaining, they would go take naps for, like, hours in the day. And I'm like, bro, why did you come on TV? Like, that's not entertaining. You're napping, bro. Who wants to see that?
So these people are following you 24 hours a day on these
Yeah,
cameras.
yeah. People can subscribe and pay monthly to watch literally you 20. They could watch you sleep.
Oh, shit.
And that's just sleep, bro. Imagine those like people that actually hook up.
Oh yeah, people are fucking.
Oh, so in
you
the
can watch
room
that
there's
too.
people fucking, like,
Yeah.
literally hooking up.
Yeah, not me, but yeah.
Well, 90 days together, what would you do?
Charles
Ed?
cuts up, but kissing each other.
I was like, bro, tati sana mama bro. I can't do this shit. What?
Yeah, but it-
Please.
Yeah, but it was dark. She would have known.
Nah, they got. What do you mean,
They
dog,
have
bro?
the-
They
they
have
have
the
the
green,
night
the
vision,
night
bro.
vision lights, bro. That shit's HD, CBS money. They zoom in on your shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it's for me actually signing up for something like that and having 90 days of your life taken away. I get it, it's $500,000, not guaranteed, as you know, your proof right here.
Damn, y'all really fucking rub the salt on the wound here.
Hey, but look at
the-
it this. But look at it this way: you played 2 seasons and you left with $100,000.
And I was the first Armenian on that show, so shout out to that. Honestly, hey.
Have
And
there
then-
been any others after you?
Hell no. And then they were like, never again. 1915, never again. So I would talk about the genocide on the live streams. I would talk about the genocide. I teach everybody how to say bad words, and it was so funny, bro. Like, whenever some crazy shit would happen, you would just hear someone go, "Mom," and I've died, bro. My Cuban homie out of nowhere, or someone from like Tallahassee, "Mom," and I'm like, bro, I know Armenians watching this shit are dying that I'm just like
That was
corrupting
never
everyone.
televised, bro.
No, yeah, but on the live feeds you can see it.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh.
That's crazy. That is
Yeah, but I would talk about the genocide. I talk about like my family history. I talk about Armenian culture. I teach people like Armenian words other than curse words. And like, I don't know, I tried to really capitalize on that shit. I'm like, yo, we out here. I got to put in some work.
Well,
you know?
unfortunately, CBS did a great job,
At
kind of
censoring it. Yeah.
big time.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
They wouldn't censor it if you mentioned the Holocaust, though.
Probably not.
Sure.
just takes it there.
He's like, just takes it there.
My boy in the
expecting,
Keep
bro?
America Great hat just takes it there.
Well, you were on the WiseNuts. You should be expecting this, Paul.
Guys, I don't watch content, but yeah, I should have. You're right.
But let me ask you this: as far as family is concerned, now coming from an Armenian family, those that actually would see you would probably say you're not Armenian because you don't look
Damn.
very Armenian.
Damn. My nose and my body hair would disagree.
That yeah. But I guess maybe it's the
Image.
the necklace, the tattoos,
Sure.
the nose ring.
Even though my neck tattoo is literally Armenian, but
Yeah,
it's,
which is something we learned as well.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, but people don't think I'm Armenian, but like it's come in waves like throughout my life. I always dressed whatever this is. So typically, you know, do
What is it?
do high chest,
Was
do
it-
high
is
high
it
chest,
goth?
and I'm like, you know.
Paul, what would you describe your style? Like, it's
I
not
don't know.
goth.
I don't know. I just
not punk
I'm wearing
rock,
short
it's
shorts and a
not-
Dr. Kevorkian shirt, so I don't really know what that says about me. But my whole life it was like do high chest. I went to AGBU, bro. High chest chin on them, and I'm like, bro, what? You know what I mean? And now, like, I like talk to these people to this day, and like I go to Armenia more than them. I'm like more. I have Armenian shit tattooed. Like I have an Armenian tattoo on my head, bro. So it's like, you know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
just a finance bro. Sick, awesome.
You're a teller at Wells Fargo. Good for you.
Live it up, live it up.
Yeah.
You're a lawyer or a doctor.
You get to wear a suit. 3 suits, $2.99 plus a free tie.
And you get to count other people's money. Congratulations, asshole. You know?
Dude, yeah, but I heard that shit my whole life. And
When was the first tattoo?
18 or 17, 18, one of them.
What was it?
It was a heart with a mom and then an arrow through it, you know that, but like on my ass, on the side of my ass.
That was your first tattoo.
Yeah.
Mom on your ass.
May
Oh,
we
my-
ask what the purpose was behind that, or it's kind of
Because my mom's like a pain in the ass, you know what I mean?
Pain
But I
in
love
the
my
ass.
mom. She's the homie. So it's like, it was a cute, I've always wanted tattoos since I was a kid. I'd get those like stick-on tattoos at school, and I'd put them on, and I'd come home, and my mom would just fucking take rubbing alcohol and take that shit off. And I'd always told like, "Gamortem," like if you get tattoos, gamortem, like we'll skin that shit off your body and stick it to the wall, or like we'll disown you as our son. And like they were telling like a 10-year-old that, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Anyway,
Traumatized a bit. Or,
I'm like, yo, when I turn 18, I'm gonna get mom on my ass, or like I was like, that's the first tattoo I'm gonna get, and I did. And then when I got it, I sent her a picture, like almost like Steve-O type. Like I was like, with it, I sent it, and she just responded, "You're a fucking idiot."
Does she still?
No, she
get
loves
upset?
it. Bro, my parents still, dude, I'm like 80% tattooed. Like my nipples are black, my torso is covered, my leg is covered, my head is tattooed. Like I have a lot of tattoos. I'll get like some shit on my arm, like a little thing on my arm, and my parents will have like a mental breakdown. I'm like, bro,
At this point,
what do you, I'm like, dude, what? Like you've let all this go, but like this extra addition here is what's gonna throw you over the edge. Or my tati will like shuffle up to me and she'd be like, "No resarel," or like no rices drel. I remember she said it about my hand tattoo I just got.
What do you got on your hand?
It's a skull and a book and a candle. It's just kind of like a memento mori situation.
We're not gonna skip that skull part. We're coming back to it.
Yeah, we'll get back to
And
that.
then and I'm like, "Ha tati Jan, sirumes," and she's just like, "Abali lavere te chanade."
Jeez.
And then she just shuffles away, like disappointing my tati at all costs. But
Well, these guys both have tattoos, right? Both of you have tattoos?
damn.
yeah, I have your name on my ass because you're a pain in the ass.
Okay, that's fine.
See,
I want to
now
see
you
it.
get it.
Now I want to see it.
Damn.
You will.
Let's go.
After the
Let's-
show,
live,
please.
live.
After the
No,
show,
live.
please.
Live.
Wise nuts.
Fine.
Yeah, jeez.
I
But
got a tattoo from my tati too, and I brought her with me to the tattoo studio, and it was actually really beautiful. It was cute. She said nobody in her life had ever shown her love like that before. Like she grew up in Soviet
Armenia.
Baku, bro. Karabakh. Yeah, so imagine like motherfuckers were not tattooing love for each other on each other. And I got like Im Jigyaras tattooed right here because she always called me Jigyar, 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 Jigyar. So I got that tattooed there, and I brought her with me, and it was really special because she was like, damn, no one's ever done that for me, you know?
Because
It
I
was cool.
always wonder, like, how do you come up with, okay, I'm gonna do, for example, whatever that is on your knee or your thigh. Like, how do you come up with?
Sometimes shit just looks cool, man, and I'm like, yo, that's cool. I'd get that there, you know.
So
I
it's
don't know.
not necessarily everything doesn't have some type of deep meaning. Then.
I mean, it's deep enough for me to get it tattooed, but like, no, sometimes stuff just looks cool. But like, I don't know, some stuff has meaning, some stuff doesn't. Sometimes you just get a stupid tattoo for fun.
You're telling me with all that jewelry, you're not uncomfortable?
Nah, I'm actually uncomfortable when I'm not wearing the jewelry. It's like, like if I leave my house and I'm not, like I forget my rings, I'll like start panicking. I've turned the fuck around and gotten them because like it gives me like EMOS. Like when you wear it, like you know, like it gives you, you're holding shit and you're like, oh, I feel
Damn,
purposeful.
I don't see it, brother. Like I have nothing. you know?
He just has a ring on one of his testicles.
That's it. Just that one.
yes, Prince Albert.
I won't tell you who nipples on it.
Oh God! But
Let's not go there.
This is
Let's
what
not
I
stop
want to
this.
know. The one on your neck. That's
Yeah.
new. You said right?
Yeah,
Ma.
Ma.
And it's MAH in Armenian letters,
death.
which we found out today. I had no idea. It means.
Well, it's an acronym, Mart Arans Hoki.
I had no idea.
That could have been some shit that some clever villager just made up and said, "Yo, that's what we're going with." But this is just don't take that with so much weight.
No. I know, but it makes.
But it
kinda
makes sense. It makes sense. Like death, Mart Arans Hoki, and then I learned that, and I was like, "Whoa, sick!"
Yeah. So
you know?
Mart Hoki in English translates to man without a soul.
And Ma is technically the
Ma-
definition for death.
Yeah. So that Armenian text, Armenian family. I know you're decked out 80% in tattoos. You walk home with Ma on your neck.
Bro, honestly, they didn't even say shit to me. It's gotten to the point like again, like I tattooed my head, my hand. Like they didn't really say anything about the Ma tattoo, and I think they just were like scared at that point. They were just like, you know what, he's on some shit. Like this
him alone.
motherfucker may have lost it. Like let's just leave his ass alone. I swear to God, my parents I think were just so shook where they're like, yo, he might actually be a little fucked up. Like maybe we should take like maybe we should ease up on this dude. He's a little cooked. I swear to God, I think like there was no conversation about the throat tattoo, and I'm like, damn, all right, like.
Bro, with all the skulls on you, obviously Ma is not gonna scare the parents.
Bro, this is what I'm picturing. I'm picturing I'm picturing his family sitting down. They're having dinner at the table. This guy's got like saran wrap around his neck, and his dad just goes, "Pass me the salad."
I swear to
so
God,
Paul,
bro.
how was your day today? Nothing else.
Dude, if y'all met my family, you'd be like, "What the fuck happened, dude? What substances were consumed when this child came out?" My sister's a doctor, like has a child, is literally the golden child of like the Armenian, whatever you could be, and then there's me. So
You're
it's-
literally the black sheep of the family, I'm assuming.
No,
Dude.
he's a good portion of the family. He's just different than the rest of the
Well,
family.
hence the reason they call him the black sheep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I'm in the same species as them anymore. But it is cute because every time we go out in public, people are just like, "What?
Why is he here?
What? Who the fuck is that?" You know what I mean? One of these things is not like the other. But you know, it's my parents are just so sweet. They're just very like scared, sweet, innocent folk. Like
And were your parents born here or were they born in Armenia?
my dad was born in Anjar, Lebanon, and then my mother was born in Yerevan, Armenia.
So Beirut's dad, Hayastan's mom,
Yeah.
and grandma was from Baku.
Get Ashen, and then Qarabakh, and went to school in Baku. And then my dad's dad was Musa Lerzi. I mean, my dad's dad.
Yeah.
Musa Lerzi. His mom was born in Cairo.
Wow. And see, it's stories like this and people like you that come onto the show. And when you dive into the history of where the family's from, kind of brings more light to the actual Armenian genocide that took place.
Totally.
Where look at how separated and segregated we were from our lands.
Mm-hmm.
You just mentioned Cairo, Baku,
I misspoke, not Cairo. It was Port Said.
Port Said.
I was just thinking about mummies and shit in my head. I'm like, oh, mummies, pyramids. I need a mummy one of these days. And then I said, fucking
He's gonna go
Cairo.
get a mummy tattoo.
I want to get a mummy, but we'll
Itself.
talk about that later. Yeah. You
Oh,
can.
jeez. All right. Back to the topic. You mentioned Baku, Lebanon, Yerevan, and then you said what was the other one?
Musaler.
Musallar. I mean, guys, the genocide took place. We are living proof that it happened.
Yeah.
Yet you have Azerbaijan and Turkey
Yeah.
continuing to deny.
Perpetuate and deny. Yeah. It sucks. And you know what's scary is that, like, it's fucking just Artsakh. What? Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And it's like, it happened. Like, it is nuts. And, like, if that can happen, then, like, we got to start really fucking tightening up because other shit is definitely, if that's possible, other stuff is possible.
Well,
you know?
we connected during the 2020 war.
Yeah.
As far as you and I.
I was doing a lot of activism at the time.
Yeah, you were doing
and
a shit ton
protests.
of activism. I was following you, and I'm seeing you going live, and I hit you up. I said, thanks for doing what you're doing, and you're like, we're all in this together, and that was the moment where I said, bro, we got to have you on the show to kind of talk about this, and you were like, bro, I'm fucking going to Armenia. This is in 2020,
Yeah.
and I was like, when? You're like, I don't know, but I'm going to Armenia.
Yeah. I had to. It just, I'm like, dude, I have to go there. I have to be there. I want to be there.
Had
Like,
you been to Armenia prior to that?
Yeah, the first time I went was in like 2018, and then I've been pretty much going like every year since then. And I'd say that's when I like was my newfound like Armenian pride, right? Not on some gang shit, but like maybe you know what I mean?
belonging.
Damn, yeah, Armenian belonging. But it was fucked up because when I went to Armenian school, I was so like rejected from the community that like I was embarrassed to be Armenian. You
Why?
know, because I was so like I was treated like shit in Armenian school. You know, like by not the students. Like I made really cool friends there.
The
but
culture?
like, the culture, the faculty, the other parents, like were like mad judgmental and like we're just. Like there was no like boundaries or respect between like teacher to students. Like they were talking to me like they were my auntie or some shit. I'm like, bro, you don't fucking know me like that. Like I had teachers telling me like "Khechtavi" or like aggressive type shit as if they were like my family. Or I'm just saying I get verbally abused by my family, but like it's valid when your mom says some shit like that to you. But like you ain't my mom. You can't talk to me like that. And it was always because I had like different views or because I just liked different things that were innocent in their nature. I was a young kid, like just because I liked fucking heavy metal music or I played the guitar or my hair was a little long, that was enough for you to like mistreat me and make me feel alienated as an Armenian kid.
Did you go to private school?
Yeah, I went to
AGBU.
AGBU. Yeah, I went to private school. And then I left after 8th grade because I like beefed with like the religion teacher or some shit because I was asking like real ass questions and they didn't like the questions I was asking. And then they were like, yo, maybe it's better if your kid goes somewhere else because like he's asking valid questions, but like it doesn't fall in line with our curriculum and like, you know, religious whatever. But like I was like trying to expand on like the idea of religion and God. And they were just like, oh, para. Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, I left. I went to like a charter school, like a public school. And that's when I like really like I started speaking more fucking Armenian at this Otar school because I had Armenian friends and we would like talk Armenian in like secret code so nobody would understand us. But in Armenian school, none of us would be talking Armenian. We'd all be speaking English. Everybody's speaking fucking English except for Armenian class where you don't care, right? I went to a white, like regular school. All I spoke was Armenian. And then, but during that time, I was still kind of like shying away from my identity because I had been made to feel so shitty. Again, like we were saying in the beginning, like, oh, duhai taka chess or you know, hearing shit like that from either from my family, from my peers. And it's like, just because I was different, you know, like, which is not cool. But upon growing up, upon like really re-diving into my culture and seeing like actually it was meeting Armenians outside of America that made me love being Armenian. And I started traveling to like Europe and stuff when I was like 19, 20 years old. And I remember I had like a couple really beautiful like instances where I met an Armenian in like Prague or Italy or somewhere in fucking, I don't know what. And like the level of family and camaraderie that I was treated with from like this complete stranger. And the only bond we had was that we were Armenian. And they literally treated me like, again, like we're family, we're blood, you know? And like, I didn't even get treatment like that, like in fucking Los Angeles, born and raised. Like most of the Armenians in the world are out here. But when you see an Armenian in like an obscure way and two Armenians meet, who is it? Like William Saroyan or some shit, when they say two Armenians meet somewhere, they're gonna fucking create a new Armenia or some shit like that. But like that is so real, bro. Like I have bonded with people about like my culture, and it's like this secret tool. And I'm like, damn, bro, like being Armenian is fire. You know what I mean? That shit is cool.
It's a privilege.
It is. It's a privilege and it's beautiful. And then when I really tap it back into like how beautiful that actually is and this thing that we can bond on, then I turned around and I was like, yo, why the fuck would we ever treat or alienate another Armenian like as if Shotka, bro? As if shotgun, as if we're not constantly getting fucking killed, and as if we're in abundance that you can pick and choose which Armenian is good for you, good enough for you to be Armenian. You know, like fuck off, bro. Like,
Paul, look at it, bro. Worldwide, we're known about 10 million. That's
like a
so
small, fucking. That's a sneeze, bro.
That's a small little city in India is 10 million people.
Yeah,
think about it. But we're everywhere. We're all over the world. Now, my main issue with us as Armenians is the fact that out of that 10 million, less than 3 million live at home.
On paper.
Absolutely.
That is our number
3
one
million
downfall.
is a stretch, bro.
I'm
going to say
stretch.
2 million max.
2.2 on a good
max,
Saturday
bro, on a
night.
good day. If they're not all in Russia or Dubai,
Guys,
bro. What the fuck?
I think it's less than 2.
I'm with you there, bro. And I'm a big fan of like, oh, y'all, we got to go back because the less occupied our land is, because it's not occupied, bro. Go to Sunik, go to these outside villages, go to Lori. Fuck, there's nobody there, bro. There's nobody. There's just empty land, and you have Turks looking over like this, being like, damn, that shit looks fire.
And he mentioned the two parts. It's the most beautiful part of the country.
Bro, nobody is over there. And Turks are like, damn, we're literally just going to pull up and put a post because we can. But I bet you they wouldn't be able to do that if we had hundreds of thousands or even millions of people fucking living there. It's a lot less easy for you to just step over and take something as opposed to 20,000 people there in Goris, max. 15,000 people living in Goris. Like, what is 15,000 to the millions of Turks that are surrounding us? Nothing. Nothing, bro. It's nothing. It's a sneeze.
Absolutely, man. It's the weird thing that every time I go, I'm like, why? The most beautiful places are empty. And then in Yerevan, you want to go 3 kilometers. It takes you 45 minutes. You're like,
nah.
Why?
Because they're building up in Yerevan. That's why.
We need to build out. We need to build out, and we need to go back. And like, I'm doing everything I can to like make money in this country, enough money to support a life in Armenia, and go and live there, and do whatever I can do to contribute, and actually give back to my people and to the culture that I love and the culture that I'm proud of, and even all these people that you know, like if you're actually proud of being Armenian, like I do believe like going and tangibly doing something in Armenia, not just sending money, not like go there and participate. Go there and do something. Go there and teach someone something or learn something or do some shit. Actually go there and do it because we are like severely lacking in that.
You can even do it without advertising it. Go do something
Fuck
for
advertising
someone
it,
you
just
can
go do it.
Dude, go help somebody and walk away. That's
Instead
it.
of even sending money there, go there and buy shit. Like support the economy. Buy shit from people. Go out. Go ride a taxi. Tip them fat. Like go to a restaurant. Tip the person fat. Do something. Like if you want wealth to trickle down, like go and actually talk to day-to-day people. Go to these tourist sites and tip people. Like help them.
Bro, go hire a tour guide, and at the end, instead of giving him $10, tip him $50.
Yeah,
and
that goes
person,
far.
bro, that person will come back to work the next day even more hungry to give someone else a better experience. That
Sure.
way. You know, and that's all it's about. Because don't forget, like those tour guides, they're only working 3-4 months out of the year.
Right.
And then the rest of the time, they got to go do odd jobs just to survive.
Right. It's tough.
See, going back to the 2020, the war that took place in 2020, when you and I connected, you said you were going to Armenia. When you went back, we saw you shooting guns.
Yeah.
We saw you traveling in areas that were very rural areas.
Yeah.
You weren't in.
I went to the border of Azerbaijan and Armenia.
That's what
and
I
Iran.
want. That's what I want to talk about.
And I was training with some dudes, these like mercenary fighters that train.
Is it Voma?
No, it's not Voma. It's Atan. It's a different one. But like we did like we donated some like gloves and like bulletproof vests and like goggles and stuff. We bought like a bunch of shit for the dudes, these mercenary fighters, and then we spent a couple of days like going training with these guys and like and I got shit for that on Twitter from fucking Armenians, and I was like, bro, what? Like, how are you? What? Like
Why?
people were talking shit.
Well, I mean, if they're talking shit as far as showing positions, you're not showing positions.
No, we were in a
those videos,
private
bro.
like training thing,
Exactly.
and I was learning how to dismantle a Kalashnikov and use a Kalashnikov.
Yeah, it
And then
didn't look like you were.
I was
you were getting
crawling
ready
through glass, and I was like chopping it up with these homies. Again, these homies, and I pulled up with like nail polish on and shit. And these dudes that had been shot at, these dudes that had bodies, like killed
Honestly,
people.
those guys don't give a fuck what you look like.
They don't give a fuck, dude. Like these dudes were so kind to me, were so accepting of me, were so like, yo, you're out here like doing this with us. You're out here training because I do want to learn. I do want to be. If I have to, I would rather know than not know. I want to know. I want to know if I need to fight actually for my country. Like I want to learn how to do that, you know. And these guys were offering a way to actually learn and train with them and combat and like what it's actually like out there. And it was a really beautiful experience, and it was an honor to be amongst those fucking dudes, bro. Like the tough as nails, man. Like, and these guys are showing me pictures of their kids, and they're not part of the army. Like they're just like, bro, I'll die for this country. Like I will die for this country. They have a wife and a kid at home, and they're out
guys
here
are
training for
volunteers.
free as mercenary fighters, as in like no one will touch my Armenia, bro.
I don't think they're mercenaries. I think they're more of like a volunteer brigade, which
Sure.
the one you're talking about.
Maybe I'm misusing words.
So
but-
mercenary is like basically hired.
Oh, my bad,
military.
my bad.
So
I'm-
these
They're more
guys
like-
are
yeah, volunteer. Yeah. They're-
Like more militia? Would you say?
I don't know. My fucking army words are bad, so don't call me on that. But these dudes are, they're not getting paid. They're volunteered. They're just like, I will die for this. I will die for my land. I will die for this country.
Majority of these guys are military men that had to leave the military. They were forced out because they were not willing to bend the knee to
the government or
orders.
something, right?
If the military is giving you orders that you know is wrong, your only option is either you get out or you get shot from the backside. That's the problem.
Damn. No, word. And these guys, okay, and I was getting talked shit to on Twitter being like, oh, you're LARPing as a soldier. And I'm like, dude, what? No. I'm literally showing that more Armenians should go learn how to do this and go support these guys. Go do something nice for these guys. They like the camaraderie. They like to see that like they're not alone in that passion thing. And these like fucking keyboard warriors from Glendale were talking shit to me while I was like with these dudes who like their lives are on the line, and they were so accepting and kind to me.
Paul, you can't like if you were to worry about anyone making those comments. Honestly, life becomes very difficult.
I didn't worry about it. It actually just confused me. I was like, wait a minute, how are you? What? Like you have it was just I don't know, mind blowing. Like, and that just goes back to my point of like Armenians love to like tear each other down. Like we love to tear each other down.
We're our own worst enemy.
And it like bro, there's enough people trying to tear us down. Like fucking lift it up, because trust me, like menak menkink, bro. Like nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. If y'all haven't realized in the past like 2-3 years, nobody gives a fuck except for Armenians. So instead of tearing each other down, like you need to embrace, you need to hug, you need to uplift us.
Paul, the problem is that same problem exists inside Armenia, where they're eating at each other and not seeing what's going on from the enemy.
But that's not our
border.
fault. That's our enemy's fault.
No, it's not. It's not really the enemy's fault. It's us letting the implants fuck it up.
Sure, bro. But like we're trapped, bro. Like vazits barnelan mez, and it's like,
but here's
of course
the thing.
people are gonna freak out.
I promise you, we have a lot of outs. A lot of outs. We're not in a situation where we're done. We're not. Even till today, that same enemy, no matter what, they know we're outnumbered. But those same guys you're talking about, those same guys you were training with, the enemy knows who those guys are. They will not dare messing with those guys. And those are the type of men that prevent that enemy from coming in any closer.
I hope so.
They're in Armenian lands today. There's no secret about it.
Which is insane. And we're kind of docile about that. Like, bro, they're straight up in Armenia, like posted.
They are. Yeah, they are.
Like next to Jermuk, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean, so last summer when I was there, we were on a family trip. We went out to Jermuk on purpose because tourism was dead in Jermuk. Last summer, all the guys that work tourism in Jermuk, the one guy that gave us the tour, he had 4 kids. He said, by the end of the summer, I have to leave. I have no choice. I can't support my family. Damn. Because all the guy does, he has a big 4-wheel drive Jeep, and he drives you all the way to the natural geyser.
Yeah, the geyser, bro.
Yeah,
that shit is awesome.
About.
Hell yeah, that shit is awesome.
But when you're driving up to the geyser, you can see the Turk bastards right there.
The posts, basically.
Yeah.
I saw that shit when I was in Goris and headed to like Mehri. Bro, it straight up said, "Welcome to Azerbaijan." And I was like, I'm sorry, what the fuck is going on here? Straight up, you're driving in Armenia and then out of nowhere, "Welcome to Azerbaijan." And I was like, huh?
And that shit was put up overnight.
Yeah, it was like Kapan Road, and then they blocked that off. That's where that whole disaster happened. I was there like a few months before that shit went down, and I won't say this on camera. Never mind. I should probably not say that.
Anything that's gonna jeopardize anything with our country, we're probably not gonna say it out loud.
Yeah, no, it would probably jeopardize me, but
I mean, jeopardize our country. Look what's happened to the country. I mean, as Paul said it, Artsakh is gone.
It's
cooked.
Artsakh is gone.
It was crazy. Just
you guys say Artsakh is gone. Okay, I agree with you guys. Can you guys answer this? Why do we have Artsakh government active in Armenia today? How does that make sense?
I don't know enough about this to comment on it, so I'm just gonna not participate. Yeah. I just don't know. But
my question is like, it's just logically doesn't make sense for the government that signed that country over to be fine and dandy living in Yerevan today. It's not logical to me. I don't know.
As far as like the actual politics in Armenia goes, like I don't live there, so I don't know. Like I don't know.
Absolutely.
You know, I try not to give too much of my opinion of like actual Armenian politics because like yes, bro. Like I just give my opinions.
Honestly,
as like
I don't think we even have the right to.
I agree.
If you're not gonna,
if you don't fucking live there and vote,
if you're not paying taxes there, you're not buying your breakfast, eggs, and your butter and the bread.
Save your fucking opinions to yourself. You know.
Save your opinion. That's all there is.
I feel that way too. Like unless you like go there or live there or whatever. Like a lot of times people have.
What about voting there?
What do you mean voting there?
A dual citizenship?
Yeah,
I think that's valid. When I was going to Armenia for the first few years, I felt I started to feel this sense of like, damn, I'm just taking from this country. Like I come here, like I drink, I eat food, I fucking go, I have a good time. I have these like novel ass experiences. Everything is so sick. Every time I come, I feel like I'm just taking from Armenia. But like, what am I giving to Armenia? Right? I'm coming in, I'm utilizing these resources. Heto, I just fuck off, you know? I'm like, that feels wrong. That feels wrong. And then I started to have these opinions about things. I started to have opinions about the way things were done or the way society kind of acts. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I have no validity imposing my fucking ideas and my opinions because yes, Oven, bro. Like I don't live here. I just come here, Kai Favori, or a couple months out of the year on my bullshit.
With the pocket full of money, like
yeah,
who the fuck
am I to have an opinion about what's actually going on here? But then I'm like, you know what? I started actually working there and like volunteering there and doing tangible things for Armenia, and I started staying there for extended periods of time and dedicating my time and actually living there. And then I felt better about having opinions about Armenia.
How long did you live there for?
I mean, for the way that I do it, like it's only like 2 to 3 months at a time that I can afford to do that now. But I'm trying to move there. Like I'm actively trying to live in Armenia. So I dedicate usually most of my summer or a little bit after that time to go there. And I work with like the archaeology stuff and the medical museum stuff. I restore a lot of old Armenian history and I teach. And I just...
Are you going there again this summer?
That's the plan, yeah. I'm trying to go there this summer.
So you're working your ass off here.
I literally make money here so I can fuck off in Armenia as long as I can afford to without like having to come back and make money here. Because like I can't really make money in Armenia. I don't know that anybody's really making money in Armenia unless you're like...
So that's the biggest challenge in Armenia. I mean, look at it this way, guys. 90% of the people that get their master's degree in Armenia, 6 months after they're done with getting their degree, they have to leave.
What?
They have to leave. They have to leave the country, bro. Our biggest resource, the graduates, the master's degree graduates, leave within the first 6 months.
That is our biggest resource.
Think about it. First 6 months, because if they don't leave, if they don't know someone, they're either working as a waitress making $400 to $500 a month, or the man's gonna have his master's diploma in his hand. He's still gonna be a taxi driver.
Damn, that's valid, bro. That's literally
I'm
what
being honest
happens.
with you guys. That's
you're
what
right.
it is.
Well, we've spoken to people who live there, and even the people in the medical profession.
They don't make shit, dude.
The nurses and stuff don't make shit.
Dude, doctors don't make shit. When I actually found out the salary of like doctors
so here's the thing,
and nurses,
doctors,
I was like, yo,
bro,
what the fuck?
It's weird because, I'm sorry, guys, doctors, if the doctor is the head person, they're making crazy, ridiculous money, but then everyone under him is making trash.
Hold on, what do you mean by head person?
Bro,
As in like the head of the hospital?
the department or whatnot, or the hospital, the head doctor could be making some sick money. Like America type of money. But then everyone under him, everyone that he's hiring, everyone's making shit money. Like I have a neighbor who's been a nurse for like 30 years. She's making $220, bro. $220 for the month.
And they've been working that for like 15 years. And you're like, how is that humane? It's fucking crazy, dude. It's really not
nuts.
chill.
That same nurse, bro, here can make 15 grand a month.
And they're so smart and talented and like imostov and passionate. And you're like, wow, there's severe like undervalue of like insane talent, brain, spirit of the Armenian people.
Bro. How many pharmacists do we have, bro? Every block has how many? 1 or 2?
Yeah, easy.
Every block has 1 or 2 pharmacies. The people there are actually knowledgeable, working in the pharmacy. And until recently, in Armenia, you can get your antibiotics without a prescription. Your majority of your doctor's needs are met by that same pharmacist. You know, you go into the pharmacy, I have a sore throat, she'll be like, take this, that's it.
Yeah.
And these people are making pennies, bro. And that's why they leave. Now, the way I look at things, for our enemy, an Armenian flying out of Armenia or an Armenian standing there and fighting is a big difference, because the one that's leaving is doing exactly what they want them to do. For the enemy, Armenia without Armenians is the ultimate goal.
Well, you speak about going back to Armenia and living in Armenia permanently.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate a little bit on
Yes.
that?
Oh, you're moving there, right?
Yes.
Let's
So,
go.
This is the day I announced, ladies and gentlemen. I will be leaving the WiseNuts, not voluntarily. I am moving with my family to Armenia.
That's awesome.
In a couple weeks, I intend to take my kids and my wife and
My wife.
move out to Armenia.
That's awesome.
That's the
So
announcement
you're
of the
resigning from WiseNuts,
I am
or
part
is
of
it
the
a
team.
is it a temporary departure?
It's a temporary departure. I'm still part of the WiseNuts team. This team has been My heart and soul for the last 5 years. We've had
6.
an amazing run.
6 years.
6 years? Wow. It doesn't feel like 6 years.
Oh, but it feels
bet-
like 5 years.
5 years, yeah. See?
Good thing it's not past 7.
It's like,
Exactly.
yeah, the pregnancy doesn't feel like 9 months. It just feels like 8 months.
You
I
were
mean-
creamy?
You told us about this last
A
year.
lot of people know
Yeah,
about
you
it.
told us about
Some
this.
Of you don't.
Yeah, you
but-
told us about this last year, and to us, I mean, to me, you're literally family to me.
We are family. That's
Literally,
true.
we are blood related, but we've created this environment, the three of us, where me not seeing you for a week feels feels weird.
Yes.
And I'll tell you this much: if the show didn't exist, you and I probably, even though we are family, we are related.
Yeah. We'd probably see each other once every 6 months.
Let me put it to you this way: how many times do you see my brothers?
Once a year.
That's
And
probably
that's
how
because I see
often.
him at your house, bro.
Yeah, and that's how often we would probably
Yeah,
see each other.
yeah.
But this kind of, I don't want to say a bond was created, but like this revitalized family connection was created again.
Definitely.
And it
definitely.
sucks to see you go. And I've been saying this since the day you've announced it as well, that we're going to do an over-under.
What's an over-under?
We're going to do an over-under as far as how long you'll actually live in Armenia before you decide to come back. Because
Yeah,
look,
they have no faith in you, my boy.
no,
I'm okay
nah,
with
you know,
that.
here's the thing, Paul. The reason why I say it is because, you see, I know Edgar's family and I know his wife and his kids and all. Taking your kids, 2 young daughters, and moving to another country, dude, you move from one school to another, it's traumatizing for you.
For sure.
So I know it's going to be an adjustment for the kids. It's going to be an adjustment for them. Him and his wife, Jessie, will probably adapt a lot easier. It may take some time for the kids. Hence the reason why, because I know his priority is his kids. Him and his wife's priority is their kids.
How old are your kids?
I've got 2 daughters, 11 and 12 years old.
Cute.
It's a very difficult age for them, and I understand that this is going to be a difficult move for them, but I also look at it as a challenge, and it's an adventure that no one can ever take away from them. I'm actually blessed to be able to do what I'm doing, and I thank God for everything I have, and having the chance to make the move I'm making ultimately comes from everyone around me, having the family, the great family I have around me, the great friends I have around me, everything, and being blessed enough to have a job that allows me to work remotely. I have everything situated where why not make the move? is
That's
where I'm
beautiful,
at.
bro. I think you're gonna give them a better life in Armenia than you would here, to be 100%
I
honest with
I
you.
understand, bro. The first 6 months, the first year might be difficulties, and you know what? We've had these conversations with our kids, and we literally tell them, "This is a challenge. This is adventure. You're gonna go there and kill it. You're
That's
gonna
awesome.
At no one let's God forbid it doesn't work out. I come back in 2 years. No one's gonna take that away from my kids.
Hell no.
No one can ever take that away from them.
That's a
And
priceless
that's what I
experience.
want them to have, bro.
That's awesome.
So what was
The
the
challenge. The challenge is the ultimate goal.
what was the decision factor for you guys? Like for you especially?
Honestly, it's been on my mind for years, 5 to 7 years, and I've been mentioning it. Last time we came back from Armenia, we landed at LAX. The line that has that snake line when you're giving your passport to come back in,
Customs.
customs. Bro, that line goes on forever.
Yeah.
And my wife turns around to me. She's like, "Ed, we should just get back on that plane and get the hell back to Armenia." I was like, "All right, we can make this happen." And then I had a conversation at work. I said, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking," and I got the go ahead. And so
That's awesome.
well, my boss and who's also a good friend of mine, has always known that I want to make this happen. And when I said I want to do it, he supported me in there. I was like, "All right, let's go. Let's
That's
do it."
fucking awesome.
I mean, what do I have to lose? Nothing.
It's definitely a blessing that you even have the opportunity to try this and see if you really like it. And I think that's amazing. That's very commendable.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, I look at it this way, guys. Like I said, I've always looked at the enemy as someone that wants my lands to be empty,
Word.
and I see in the last 9 months to a year how many people from Armenia have moved here. And all I'm trying to do is
Replace that.
replace it by 4. That's it.
Awesome,
It's not a big deal.
Upwards.
I'm not doing a big deal in Armenia. I have no intentions to do any
That is
type
a
of
big deal, though,
business
bro.
in Armenia. But the fact that I'm gonna pay for my kids to go to school in Armenia,
That is a big
someone's
deal.
making money. The fact that I'm buying eggs in the morning, someone's making money. The fact that I'm tipping someone at a restaurant every morning, someone's gonna make money. And if people make money, they're gonna stay.
Absolutely.
If people have the jobs, they'll stay.
If it's worthwhile for them, they're gonna stay. You know what was really heartbreaking for me is every time I go to Armenia and I tap in with like the youth, the art scene, the music scene, these young creatives, these young, super fucking talented kids, bro. So fucking talented. I've met like these young adults that are so much more like sophisticated, driven, hungry, talented than like grown ass people with like legitimate titles here in this country. And I'm like, bro, like Hayata Urishen, bro, you know, and I'm over there and I'm seeing these kids and what fucking breaks my heart is that all of their sentiment is, I can't wait to get the fuck out of this country.
That's the one
I
that
can't wait to
beats you
get the
up, bro.
fuck out of here. Fuck Armenia. I want to go Russia. I want to go to America. I want to go and I'm like, bro, every time I hear that, like, it literally breaks my heart. But I can't fault these kids because, like, what do they have to stay here for? You know what I mean? Like, there is no opportunities for them. There is no real call for them because their old elders like failed them. Where they grew up, they were failed. So we do have the privilege as diasporans to go back there and to implement positive change. I believe we do have that privilege because we didn't grow up there. We grew up from a different place, different mindset. We had comforts in order to even think in ways that people are not privileged enough to do in Armenia. So if we can take this stuff and take it back to our country and all the good, dude, Armenians do a lot of sick shit in this country. Armenians run a lot of fucking things in this country. Like, we really out here in every industry killing it. Like, take that shit home. Take that shit home. Like, let us have that title. Like fuck giving it to these.
You know, I'll be honest with you, Paul. Business-wise, I don't plan on doing any business in Armenia. I do not plan on doing business. And I'm happy with the job I have. Will I be trying to help people? Honestly, what I do in Armenia with my funds is going to be something that I won't share with anybody.
Right.
Because in Armenia, I want to be the type, if I'm going to do good, I want it to be with no strings attached.
That's awesome.
I want it to be where nobody knows about it.
Now, have you figured out where you're going to be living?
Yeah,
where the kids are going to school?
So I have. We rented out a pretty nice sized summer house
Sick.
in the village.
Where? What
with
village?
the Zorakbur. So
Oh, nice,
yeah,
bro.
it's like a pool house with the barbecue grills and the trees with the fruits.
So it's a
already
house.
ready. Yeah,
Sick.
2-unit house. So it's got 2 levels.
No,
on
it's a
it.
house with an ADU.
Basically,
No,
what
a-
I'm
it's
using.
a
I was,
house.
No, I was thinking maybe like an apartment building or condo.
No. It's a house in the middle of a village.
I didn't mean a fucking
Sing.
tent, bro.
It's a single family dwelling.
Ah, okay.
That's what
plenty
we
of
call it.
land to,
Single family residence, SFR.
Dwelling is actually the
proper
yeah.
terminology.
I'm sorry.
Well, thank you, Arno, for the super chat. He says, Edjan, don't listen to us. Go out there. More Armenians should follow your
Hell yeah.
your steps.
Hell yeah.
I've had people talk to me about this. I've never seen myself as that, renegade. And I've never tried to tell people to make the moves I've made or the moves I'm going to make, because at the same time, I've never liked people telling me what to do with my life.
But you could inspire people, bro. Like, people watch your
I don't see it
show.
as inspiring because I see people's situation, guys. There's people that have jobs here that they can't leave. And there's
Sure.
people that don't have it's not only about the job. I mean, bro, like my family situation, every choice I've made in life that led up to today has put me where I am. Some people have businesses, bro. I know people that have a business. They can't leave for 21 days, much less move to Armenia.
Take a vacation, let alone.
Yeah, take a
Yeah.
vacation.
See,
I see all that.
Paul, you're fortunate enough where you moving to Armenia permanently, yeah.
Paul or Ed?
No, Paul.
Oh, Paul.
See, he's fortunate enough. If you were to move to Armenia, yeah, working wise, you're working your ass off here in order to survive there. I
Right.
get that. But the only family you immediately have is mom, dad, sister, and
Right.
immediate family.
I have family out there.
Yeah, no, but as far as like you, who you're living with and who you see every day, you don't have a wife and kids that.
No.
Where
I'm a
you're-
solo dolo.
Yeah, so where you're just like, hey, honey, grab the kids.
For
You know,
sure. I have a
they're-
lot less on my. I have a lot
Oh, yeah.
less.
You're
on the line.
Exactly.
I have nothing on the
You're
line.
not taking any baggage with you as far as situating your kids
It's the
with
shorts
school.
and
Totally.
tattoos. That's it.
Just the shorts and tattoos. Literally, he's
The
right.
shoes, too.
A couple of chains and that's it.
But I mean, me personally, I mean, what about you? Could you do it?
Can I do it? It's tough. I mean, it would be very difficult. I mean, I could do it a few months out of the year, which I thought about back in the days. I thought about living in Armenia maybe 3-4 months out of the year.
What, the
And
summertime?
even that is valid, bro.
I didn't really have a season in mind.
Because if you think summertime,
You can't.
you're technically a tourist.
No. It's not even that. Once your kids are in school, you can't. Once your kids start school, you can't do that. But ideally for me, it's like once my kids are done with school and I have the freedom, I want to do 6 months here, 6 months there. That would be my
Yeah.
ideal dream
Yeah.
That's awesome.
lifestyle, you know?
That's awesome.
Because when I went there 2 years ago, that's why my intention was I looked into to open up a stem cell clinic there, but they
That's
didn't allow
fucking
it.
cool, bro.
Well, they
What?
didn't allow it.
That's cool.
If I had done that, then I would have probably lived there maybe a few months out of the year, if not half the year and half the year here. But it would be very challenging, obviously, because I run a business here and
Yeah.
it would be difficult. But because of the whole stem cell thing, I was considering it because I figured Armenia is one of the few countries where they'd be like, okay, it's okay, do it.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
That's crazy.
There's
though.
no FDA, no nothing. I thought there's
They're like, all right.
It's not that there's no FDA. They do have FDA. It's just not controlled
really funny.
inside Armenia. The
Where's
FDA's
the
decisions
control?
are made out like depending on which type of portion of the government you're talking about.
The
Yeah,
Kinoro
it's
na.
Depends who it is. I don't know. That's why I'm not doing any business in Armenia. And anyone that knows me in Armenia, we've had these conversations, and I tell everybody, listen, I've got a job. I'm not looking to do business.
Just want to live here, bro.
I just want to live
That's
here.
awesome.
That's it.
That's amazing. I hope to be there one day, dude.
I hope I meet you out in Armenia.
Hell
okay?
yeah. Hell yeah.
It's different. I mean, last time I was in Armenia, fat and happy Karin,
Yeah.
walking on Abovian, and Karin comes out of the hotel. I'm like, oh no, how are you, buddy? We just took a picture together and walked along.
Sick.
It's pretty cool.
Sick.
Yeah, I mean,
I will be hard to miss. If
Yeah, yeah,
you'll hear me
definitely.
coming from like Pushkin,
Definitely.
bro. You'll hear my shit jingling.
It's crazy. Literally, I saw Karin walk 5 minutes, and I ran into the politician
Well,
that we've had on our podcast before.
well, you were hanging out with Vic from Merheros in their podcast as
That's
well,
true, that's
and his
true.
kids and his wife.
Well, I mean, we hang out here too, so for us, like, it was pretty cool. Last summer, like my daughters and Vic's daughters, they're in the same age level. The 4 of them took off, and each one of them came and took some money, and they just took off, bro. And you can't do that here. I don't even let my kids play in front of my front
Yeah,
yard. You
let
know,
alone like taking. Armenia is so safe,
taking
bro.
off,
It's so
bro.
safe. It's so good.
that's safe. You know, where
Well,
I let
I remember.
them leave, bro.
I remember you mentioned where, you guys wanted to do an outing with the adults, go out, have
Yeah,
some
just
coffee.
lock the door and leave, bro.
They were like, we left the kids at home, locked the doors, said, hey guys, go to bed, and we'll see you guys in the morning. And
That was
they
it.
took off. I mean,
The locks work differently in Armenia.
Yeah, they're fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
like
you-
14 of them, bro.
if you
Like-
take the key with you,
No one else can get in.
because they need
and
a
these
key to
keys
open
are
it from
always
the
like
inside.
fucked up. They're like old Victorian,
Oh,
like
yeah.
4-pronged, fucking
Yeah,
like
and you
it's
twist
crazy.
it eight times
Yeah.
to
Till
open
it
it.
open. Each
And-
door has its own secret.
Yeah, and
bro.
unless they
you-
have the key, they can't open
It's
it.
like
from
the
So the
Pan's
kids- so the
Labyrinth,
kids are
bro.
locked
It's
in from the
fucking-
inside as well.
Yeah. It's very safe.
the
God forbid
kids-
if a fire happens, nobody
so
can
the
get
house
in.
we were staying in, as long as you don't leave the key on from inside, you can unlock it with the key from inside as well. So kids had their own key.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, and it opens from the inside. It's not like he's saying, but at the end of the day, over here, I won't even leave my kids alone for 20 seconds.
Hell no.
Bro. It's just not.
Hell no.
it's
not the
changed.
same,
Life
bro.
has changed here. Like, see, during, when we were
When we
young.
were growing up, listen, bro. Like, I don't want anyone to have the just the thought that I'm leaving because America's not a great place. There's no better place in the world but America. America's the best country in the world.
America.
It's America. It is.
There's some
But the
Borat shit going on right
but
now.
the America that I moved to in '91, and the America I see in front of me today is not the same America, and I feel like as a society, it's on a down roll spiral at this
But
point.
it's not in Armenia right now. Look what's going
It
on with
is,
the
but
culture.
so-
with the
no,
country.
a lot of things.
See,
Look,
there's a lot going on right now in
Of course
Armenia,
there's,
which
bro. But
a lot of us are concerned about.
yes, the governments and give me a good government. Can you name one good government?
El Salvador.
True.
Yep.
Absolutely. Can you name a second?
North Korea.
Asshole. You can't name a second. There you go.
Second.
Damn, y'all really chiefing these cigars in here. And you didn't let me roll.
Hungary.
You didn't let me light this blunt in here.
Hungary,
Y'all
no.
smoking this crazy ass
Did you want-
Cubanos.
did you
Nah, I'm
want a
just
cig-
fucking with
okay,
you guys.
Cigar. It's a cigar lounge.
we can connect you two now.
That's for sure.
I honestly believe you.
But it's the Kevorkian ivy.
If you
The
like, if you
Kevorkian
like some
Ivy. Yeah,
edibles, let me know.
that sounds like a treat. Hook me up to the Kevorkian Ivy, bro.
It's a cocktail, Ivy, huh?
Fuck.
Oh, gee. So, what are you planning on doing in Armenia if you do move there? Because you mentioned the museum, you mentioned Armenian history. What have you been messing around with
So
over there?
for the past couple of years, my projects have been primarily at the medical institution of Yerevan, which is really cool because it was one of the first buildings like built outside of the genocide by Tamanyan, right? The grandfather.
Yeah.
The whole scheme of Yerevan is from Taman.
Yeah. But like, it's one of the OG buildings in the city, and it's really cool. Early 1920s, and some of the first like doctors and medicine like pioneers for Armenia studied there and taught there and worked there, and they did these specimens. So back in the day, scientific development, they would keep specimens, like human specimens, in jars. So if there was a freak baby that was born or a rare deformity or disease that happened, they would pickle it in formaldehyde and keep it in a glass jar. And they have like heads, hearts, body parts, like crazy. They have the brain of Tamanyan actually that I got to work on
You're
and
shitting
restore.
me, bro.
Yeah, they preserved his heart and his brain.
did you just say restore?
Yeah. To
And you
change out the
worked on
fluids.
it?
Yeah, change out the fluids to keep it.
How do you know how to do that?
So is that what you specialize in? You said you went to Pepperdine.
Yeah, no,
Can you
I didn't learn any of that
elaborate
shit
on
in
this?
Pepperdine. I went to I studied philosophy
I think
and
it
political
was
science
when-
in Pepperdine. I didn't learn shit at Pepperdine.
During Big Brother, when he had to just eat oatmeal,
That's probably when I figured out how to pickle these specimens. No, I do museum restoration as my work here. I save old historical pieces, indigenous artifacts, archaeological stuff, and medical history for. Particularly, I started doing it in America. So these old medical institutions, they would close down, and all these crazy preparations and bodies and things that were like early medicine and how we learned how to cure human beings, they had this stuff, and because this science is now dated and we don't use it, people either throw it away or it gets like rotten or forgotten about or literally like just thrown out in the garbage. And I think that that's such a waste, and I think it's very disrespectful. So I started finding these things and restoring them. I have my own little museum space in Brooklyn. So when I went to Armenia, I had been going to Armenia, and because this is my interest, I'm like, bro, surely we have like a medical museum or like a medical school, and they have to have these specimens, I had never thought about it because I'm in Armenia, and I'm like, Armenia wouldn't have this weird shit,
They do,
but I'm
bro.
like, of course they do. Like, we have a medical fucking school. So I went to the medical school, and lo and behold, human skeletons, two-headed babies in jars, like brains, hearts, and I was like in heaven. Like, I was like, oh, literally me walking into this museum, and I walked in all crazy and shit like this. That's a funny story too, because I had shorts on. And the security guard in the front was just like, no fucking way.
not happening,
No
my
fucking way are you coming into this building, And he's like, he's just like, chicarale. And I was like, it was me and my cousin and my other lady friend, we were all like going in together, and we were all wearing shorts. Here's what fucking got me twisted about it. We were all wearing shorts. It was 150 degrees in Yerevan.
But the other
with
two
the
were okay.
smog and like half the population chiefing cigarettes. It was fucking hot and like disturbing in Yerevan, right? So if you're not wearing shorts, like, what are you doing? And of course the men there don't wear shorts because they feel emasculine or something. They're like, if you chicarelli, bro. So they're out here wearing like
Chicarelli.
black jeans in 140 degree weather. And I'm like, bro, shout out to you for being scared to wear shorts, like, you know. And then when they do wear shorts, their legs are so white, it like blinds you. You know what I mean? It's insane. So anyway, this dude sees me and he's like, he hasn't worked a day in his life. He's just a security guard there. He's just chain smoking cigarettes for 30 years. Because who's gonna do anything at the medical institution?
Nothing.
But he sees me and he's like, this is my fucking time to shine. No fucking way are you coming in this building, you know? And he's like, Chikadali. And I was like, what? He's like, Petka Shalvar Haknes. And I was like, okay, word. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, why? And he's just like, like, you gotta wear pants. And I was like, okay, let's go change. We'll come back to the institution. He's like, and I was like, oh, hell no, bro. I was like, what? I was like, boy, Iran kara tapat pet chunen, but yes tapat pet kunem. And he's like, ha. And I was like, khi. Like, why? Why? Like, explain to me. I was like, ira voteri is urisha. I was like, what is the fucking difference, bro? Like, bro, I was like, bro, like, if it's no shorts policy, like, it should be a no shorts policy. But like, fuck me, like, why me, bro? They can wear shorts, I can't wear shorts. Like, it makes no sense. I was like, avali lava I said, amenet petka ta pataknek. Kante yes petka gana pochem ta pat. He's like, but do tagamar test. And I was like, what? The fuck? What does that mean, bro? Like, what? I don't know. That shit had me tight. So I went to a little like bootke. I don't know. I bought some bunk ass like sweatpants real quick from around the corner for
and
like.
You literally put on sweatpants.
Literally in front of him. I bought it and I wore it in front of him to make him feel how ridiculous this rule was. But whatever. It's rules of the institution. I get it. Okay, but everybody should wear pants. Don't discriminate me for being a fucking dude. Like if it's pants, everybody should be in fucking pants.
Did you take the shorts off before you wore the pants?
No, but I should have. I would have been like, yo, you want to check Tagal Martin, bro? Here it is, you know? But no, I just put the pants on. I was like, all right, you win this time, bro. And I went into this institution and I'm just looking at all this stuff and I'm gawking. And these older women there are just like so fascinated by like who the fuck is this guy, you know? And like they've been at this institution for 40 years and they're the only ones that are around this stuff. And it's already such a niche thing in Armenia, like dead babies in jars or brains in jars, specimens. Like that's not, who's thinking about that, you know? Literally the tikins working at this institute and nobody else. So I'm walking in there like losing my mind. I'm like, whoa, like, fuck, I'm like gawking at everything. And then I'm looking at the quality and everything is like deteriorating. The liquids they're using are really dated. Everything is getting eaten away at. And they're patmeling to me like how important this stuff is. It's patmuchunashat karevora, it's tamanyani ugerna, it's I don't know, chigidem inch, this like this famous poet, like they saved his heart. And I was like, wow, that's so beautiful and poetic. But it's in like just like shit water formaldehyde deteriorating. And I'm like, okay, kanerek tikin but it's amota. Like bahum esesi asmes inch carivora es patmuchuna, but like what the fuck? Like this stuff is kept really poorly, like karamoknemzes. And they're like, yeah, good luck. Like good luck getting money from whoever to do this stuff, you know? Like they're like, we barely get paid. You think they're gonna give you money to fix all this old shit? And I was like, okay, bro, all I need is literally like ethyl alcohol and water. Like that's it. And gloves.
Both of them
and
are
gloves,
available, bro.
Maybe a fucking mask. And like I'm in a medical institution. Like you can't get me ethyl alcohol. Like that's like it's a hospital attached to here, you know? And they're like, good luck. We'll put in a word. Maybe you'll get it in 6 months. And I'm like, fuck, bro. So I just went to those little pharmacies. I'm like, bro, cognac, how much alcohol? Spirit, each can ethyl spiritunek. And they're like, 6 gallons. I'm like, run it. I took 6 gallons from here, went to another with 6 gallons. I walked back with like 1,000 fucking bags of thing, and I just dropped that shit like I made money at my fucking, you know, gambling ring today. I dropped all the things that I needed. I was like, okay, Chems Pasum, Karamas Kasem, and they were just like,
holy shit.
Who the fuck is this dude? You know? And bro, it cost me like $120.
It's not a lot.
You know what I mean? I was like, okay, bro, I'm gonna not pay $120 to like fix these like fucking very important historical pieces of like Armenian medical history, the first shit that was ever done. And like just because nobody else is thinking about it, like I saw it. And like, it would be such a disservice if I didn't do it. And then I'm starting and they're still like side-eyeing me. They're like, bro, what does this guy want? Like takits mi ban petka guy. You know the Armenian mentality. They're like, yeah. No one's just doing shit out of their goodness of their heart. Especially you, motherfucker. You mi banu you know what I mean? They're like, no fucking way.
He's gonna replace his brain with
Tamanians, you know? And then I started, I'm like, okay, bro, fucking all y'all chill. Like, mi hat bananem na shemanu. Like, just look at one fucking, let me just fix one thing, right? And I took like these couple specimens and I fixed it out. And they were like murky yellow. It was hard to see the stuff. And then I did it and it was like crystal clear brand fucking new, and they were just like, they were shook. They were like, okay, cara says, and then they were like, all right, can you actually do everything? Like, is that what
So
that?
you were actually fucking around with people's brains and hearts. And,
Oh yeah, all of it, hearts.
And were they not like at that point kind of deteriorated to the point where it was like
No,
gelatin?
No, it's not gelatin because they're preserved in formaldehyde, so they turn a little like rubbery. And I was washing them, so I washed them. I washed all the schmutz off, and then I did a chemical process to like change it back to a chemical.
And this is something you
wouldn't hurt
learned
it.
to do before you got there.
Yeah.
correct?
This is something that I've been
Okay,
doing for like
all
the
right.
past like 6-7 years of my
Okay,
life. Yeah.
that's cool.
So, and I thought, okay, you know, this is a really weird fucking thing that I know how to do, and it is very important for our Armenian history. I'm just gonna do this, and then for the past couple like 3 years, I've just been going every year and spending months. And like, bro, it's insane. Like they did not have gloves. She was just like, the Tikins there are so much tougher than me. You know, I'm over here with all the tattoos. And I'm like, yo, you guys got like masks and gloves. And they literally, first of all, were fucking ripping cigarettes in here. Like it was nobody's business. Just ripping cigs in this fucking institution. Everything smelled like formaldehyde, which is like a crazy carcinogenic like chemical, right? Ripping cigarettes. And they're just looking at me like, they're like, «Քարա ասուն տարի ինչ ես մտածում մենք ենք անում»։ They're like, «Օճառ ունենք այդտեղ»։ And I look over and it's like 30% of a bar soap left on like the counter of this thing. And I'm like, bro, you guys are working with like the craziest chemicals, bro. And like I walked into this one room and I opened this jar. And it was so much chemical, I literally almost passed out. And then they laughed at me. Like the Tikins laughed at me. They're like, you're a bitch. They're like, yeah. They're like, dude, Aid, we've been here for 40 years. And then she coughs and it's like stage 15 lung cancer. And I'm like, bro, please wear a fucking mask, Tikin. I love you, bro. And she's like one hand in the brains, other hand ripping a cig. And I'm like, dude, I love Armenia. I love Armenians. Like this is the coolest shit I have ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? And I did stuff at like cemeteries. I started getting into like funerary stuff in Armenia, and then archaeological dig sites where I was identifying human remains. Same situation. This dude was sitting in the sand like a little kid, ripping a cig in like 150-degree Gyumri heat, and just like siphoning through artifacts. And it seemed like he had been under the sun like his entire life. He looked like a piece of leather. And he was just, dude, he was so like wise and like cool and just like doing this work that like,
So much knowledge under
yeah,
that sun,
bro.
right?
It's just so sick, and you could find these little pockets of Armenians that are like doing the coolest shit that is so important for our culture. But like, we're not even thinking about that stuff because we're not privileged enough to think about these specimens in the medical school when we're literally getting fucking drone bombed. Like, we don't have the privilege of doing that. So unfortunately, I can't help in that way or that way or that way, you know. But it's like, okay, well, what can I help in? And let me do the things that I know that I can do good. Let me do the things that I know I can help with, and at least let me start from there, right? And then I started having some like a sense of agency because I was like a fucking job, bro. I was waking up at like 9 in the morning and going and working there for an hour every day on my vacation, but like that shit is fun to me. Like, this is fascinating to me, and it was also a privilege to get to do this for the institution, right? And the best part was like making the connection with these Tikins, these women that had been there for 40 years, the stories that I'm hearing from them, the things they've seen, the things they've done. And like, they've become family to me now. Like, I go on like little trips with them. They take me to introduce me to their families. They're taking me to like Vanadzor, I don't know what, all these far ass places. They're taking my freak ass to like meet their families and their moms and their tati and kur. And
Aren't
they're
they
all
so accepting though, bro?
so fucking accepting, bro.
They are.
So
Look,
accepting, so
you know-
Janov, Jigyarov, embracing,
Bro,
like
you know
no
this
judgment,
shorts thing,
no
right?
weirdness, nothing.
This
bro.
whole shorts thing. I went in 2003. I literally went to Armenia with 3 pairs of shorts.
You're done.
A couple of them were stained, and I had 2 T-shirts. One of them had a hole in it right here.
Oh, done.
Couple
That's
out
it.
of the 3 were stained.
No, a couple of T-shirts.
I was
shorts.
in Armenia for 5 years. I wore 4 shorts and
So check this
3 of them
out.
were
We
stained.
are going to the sickest restaurants. We're
I
going to
stained
these
them during
crazy
puberty.
ass places. My ass is showing up in shorts.
Bro, they hated you.
They hated me. But here's the thing. They all knew they weren't going to say anything. They kept staring.
Well,
but
they knew
till
you.
now-
They knew you were a tourist.
Bro, besides that, just like
Nah,
the
they
vibes,
the
vibes,
way they
don't
look
give
at
a
you
fuck.
for wearing shorts, and you know what? Armenians for being like tough, machismo, masculine, like we're so there's so much fragileness in there. We're like, bro,
Yeah,
you
man.
can't wear shorts without feeling gay, bro. Like you are not masculine, my guy. Like you're scared of wearing shorts, bro. Like that's what does it for you. Like, oh, you're stuck on Martin,
Bro,
but
I
like
was
shorts,
there-
you're like, yo, bro, that's gay. Like, dude, what?
It's crazy. Like I was there 30 days, bro. I didn't wear pants. I wore
You can't.
jeans.
It's so hot.
Bro, I wore jeans one time. The day my kids were getting baptized, I wore
You
jeans.
probably had swamp ass, bro. You were just sweating the
but
whole
here's
time.
the thing, I had no choice. I'm going to church. I have
yeah,
to
dude.
wear jeans, like at least, right? I mean, here you do a baptism. There's 500 people. Everyone's in tuxedos. I wore a white shirt and some jeans. That was my. that was it.
But on Armenia, they dress up for weddings or
No,
baptisms.
no, they don't go crazy out.
The
They
men wear
don't.
like a polo shirt at
Yeah,
best.
yeah,
That's
at
the
best.
best.
The polo shirt at best, and
Yeah.
it's like 3 sizes too small.
If it's not a polo, if it's a button down, you're gonna see the freaking
The
buttons
split.
all
Yeah,
splitting.
yeah, the part the C's, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, the
that's
belly
it.
button hair. What's that
Oh,
called?
bro. The fuzz.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's right. They are always like 2 sizes small because it's
Bro.
like it's barely tucked in.
No.
like one wrong move is gonna pop out.
one sneeze and
It's done.
Paul, are you Are we following the comments?
Dude, I
section
can't
right
read
now?
that far.
Sorry.
I've
Yeah.
seen a ton of shit.
There's already a
How
love.
many
love
people are talking shit about
there's
me?
a love connection.
There's a
Actually, there's
love
somebody interested
connection
in you.
coming. Yeah.
Somebody's interested in
She
me.
likes men in shorts.
Damn.
There you go.
I think she likes the men in shorts. Your style, probably. I
You
mean,
guys could read that far?
bro,
I can't read shit.
Here's the thing.
You got an
Here,
optometrist in
I'm
this
gonna-
fucking
I'm
building?
We're-
I'm
we're-
gonna-
Is it almost if I ask for another one of these?
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
definitely.
Would you want,
Not
you want
at all.
another
Not at all.
old fashioned?
That would be nice. I mean,
Okay.
unless it's almost, bro.
No, no.
It
it's
is.
not.
It's very almost. Take your shorts off. Put on some real man pants, bro. What is that?
I'm posting up what Ninette had posted. Just putting it up there. Right
So at this point, what I'm getting, Paul, someone's interested. Your wedding's gonna be in Armenia. And
Damn,
me-
y'all are planning out
Check
my
this
future in the
out, bro.
comments?
Me and my wife are volunteered to be your best man and maid of honor.
Is that
already.
the Rubina in the YouTube chat right now?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
What are the
That
Rubinas?
is
Y'all are
pretty
trying to
cool.
find me a horse on this podcast?
The other Rubinas with Harut now, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You can't get the other Rubina, Baba.
We don't want the other Rubina.
Y'all
the,
are
oth-
mad funny, bro.
the other Rubina shoot me away from her house. Threatened to call the police.
The other Rubina was my babysitter when I was a kid. So come on.
But that's that's the stories you have regarding Armenia and like
it's endless, bro. I love looking like this and being in Armenia because I get the fucking best interactions, dude. And like when I first went, I was a little bit more fragile about it. I get upset. I'm like, bro, if one more person looks at me sideways, I'm gonna lose my shit. But like now, I'm like, bro, I'm a fucking idiot. Like I'm going there with my bullshit, and I'm gonna have an opinion. Like no, bro. Yes, I'm cocky hamahanum. You know what I mean? So
Paul,
it's like
that's another thing. I was telling like people, I'm not going to Armenia and trying to change people.
No.
If you're going with that mentality that the West is the best, I have to go there.
Fuck no.
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 Either you're gonna learn to live their style of life, or you're not gonna make it out.
and
there.
I
It's
try
very
to be
simple.
as like respectable as I can, and I do follow the social norms. But I also try to teach them, and I learned like, yo, if I react poorly, and if I don't meet them with love or kindness, they're gonna be like, I knew he was a fucking
nutcase.
G-Don. You know what I mean? Like I knew he sucked ass. I knew this guy was bad. You know.
Sucked ass.
You know, but like I always meet it with like, yo, bro, you know, like I always meet them with love. I always meet them with kindness. I always be like, yo, like, fuck the Turks, like, you know, like I hit them with some shit, and they're like, yeah, okay, cool, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I just try to, I try not to, you know, at the end of the day, they're just curious. And what I do love about the Armenian like mentality is like, if you could prove a valid point, they'll respect it. Yeah. If you make sense, they will respect it. Even if it's against what they believe, if you make a fucking valid point, they'll be like,
okay.
you know what I mean? They'll be like, all right, like,
This is Armenia?
yeah, bro.
It's
For
all
real,
about
dude.
who you run into. Bro.
Again,
It's like-
I haven't been in Armenia for a very long time. So
that one I
You know,
object.
I've
I
had-
disagree
look,
with
listen, bro,
that
It's
part.
about the people you run into, honestly. There's the good and the bad everywhere you go.
I'm not saying it's a
Same
good
here.
or bad thing. It's just I never ran into anybody in Armenia where you told them something and they're like, Yeah.
Most of my
Well, I don't tell them
experience
shit.
with
They tell me
strangers.
shit,
That
and then I
makes
have a
sense.
response. You know what I mean?
Here's what I think.
Even the
Most-
response, it's like, yeah, I know.
But what I felt like every time I had this conversation with strangers, if you let them give their side of the story first in Armenia, you listen to them, and then you give them your advice. If it makes sense, like
They
you
listen.
said, they're gonna listen.
Really?
Bro,
Yeah.
this one time I was posted outside of like this little like Airbnb situation I got, and you know, I was literally just fucking standing there. This dude came up to me and he's just like, he's like, "Ach, betas, yeah, Tarstam kes," and I'm like, here it is, and he's just like, "Imastavorna," like,
It's a great question, though, bro.
What's the purpose?
Like, what the fuck are you on? Like, what, you know what I mean? And then he's like, give them since rock and roll me bomb blah 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 bites chess matatsum vor like I don't know, like amotlini, or like maybe, thank you so much. Like maybe someone is gonna see it and like whatever, be offended. And then I was like, bro. And then while he was telling me this, like people were passing by and he was like, for example, like this guy or like this guy. And he starts talking shit about, like, criticizing every person that was walking by. I was like, bro, I'm like, yes, urishin etkan nayu. Like, let alone like you're posturing to me as like a machismo, man. Yes, urish marterum nayu. I'm like, yes, chem matatsum urisha inch anum, inch haknum, inch uzum. I'm like, eti im gorze chi achberes. I'm like, yes, anum em inch for im sirtas uzuma. Yes, em sirum. Ko hamar chem anum, urishneri hamar chem anum, chemel matatsum. And I'm like, and I think your life, you know, would be way better if you didn't look over and criticize every little thing.
That means you have too much time on your
Yeah,
hands.
like
do something.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, SS on him. Like,
So he
like,
basically stopped you. He not only judged you, but
then he tried to find camaraderie with me by judging other people.
Yeah,
and I'm
he
like, no,
started-
bro, like leave him alone. Like, it's okay. Like, do it, miara. I'm like, you don't like these shorts? You don't like this? I'm like, do me hockey. Chema asum du haknes. Asum es by urish tena. Karwa inknel askasi. I'm like, do it, do tesar. Karwa vaga shakti kitses akanjit mech. I'm like, che, tens chi achberes. Like, ko hamarchi, it's okay.
But
like,
it's cool that he asked you.
no,
That's
and
the
honestly,
best
he
part.
was respectful, and he was cool, and then we chopped it up, and then we were boys. And he's like, yo, dude, I stood there and talked to this guy for an hour.
And you had a great
I
conversation.
had a great fucking conversation with this dude, and it was just a stranger who was curious, and like he wasn't disrespectful, even though the air of the shit he was asking me was a little bit like, yo, bro, what the fuck is good with you, you know? But like, he was open to hear what I had to say, and he turned around, and he was like, okay, cool, like, I respect you. We should get dinner sometime. I was like, okay, bro.
You could even, like, the guy,
Not
you can, literally
Hatsu
get
tank, you know?
you can literally go get a drink with the dude
For
and
sure,
call it
for
a
sure,
night,
for
you know?
sure,
Like,
for sure.
Dude,
I think it's like,
I was at the bar since you ordered old fashioned. It was at a pool bar at Devine. The guy, he said, "What do you want me to make you?" I said, "I don't know. What do you specialize in?" He's like, "Old fashioned kuzes." I was like, "Yeah, why not?" So he makes it. It's like he puts almost half an orange in there. It's like, I'm gonna.
oh man.
Did you tell him? Did you correct him?
Well, very respectfully, I said, you know, I've been to a couple bars around the world and different places, and old fashioned is a very classic and unique cocktail, and typically this is how it's made. It's like, no, but med bar manager, Ashkari champion bartender.
Oh,
Such a serious title, bro. He's like, yo, fuck you. How about that?
Yeah.
Do it,
Our-
that was a polite way of saying
my
go
bar
fuck
manager
yourself.
is a world champion bartender. I was like, all right.
We got a super
comment.
chat. We got a super chat from Arno. Let me just show it.
What is
I
that?
don't know. Why don't you just bring cash to the table,
Seriously.
bro?
What is this?
You,
super chat?
YouTube keeps half of it.
It says, Paul, after the show, please contact Rubina.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Who the fuck is Rubina, bro?
The girl, buddy. That's your
she's
future
your
wife
soulmate.
already.
Hey, we're on Hinge at the same time. We're
I
live
feel like
on
I'm
Hinge.
gonna be sex trafficked or something. I don't trust y'all in this chat, bro.
Well,
Rubina
Rubina,
Khachaturian.
I viewed a couple of the chats going on as far as the conversation between Ninet and Rubina and a bunch of other people. By the way, shout out to Arno and Ninet. They're backstage with us today. But
Oh, they are. I can't even see them, especially Arno.
Yeah, it's all the lights and the black he's wearing. But Rubina, apparently, I saw she has green eyes and she was describing herself. But
Damn.
And
Y'all
it's
out
the-
here in the chat.
So here's the
like
first
this?
time we're making a love connection too, bro.
Damn.
In 6 years, I don't remember anything
It's
like
not
this.
the first time. How do you think John and Levy cooked up?
That's disgusting.
Rubina, I think your parents would be wildly disappointed. So just fucking give up, dude. Yeah, don't do it.
I feel like just watching Rubina's comments, she really doesn't care what people think.
basically, at this point, I mean, hey, would
Hey,
would you be down to?
We can make this
We can
happen.
set
Connect
we
with
can
one of
set
our
you guys
viewers?
up on a date at a psychiatrist's office.
Damn, this is turning from WiseNuts podcast to WiseNuts dating
connection.
app.
Hey,
huh?
listen,
That's
we're
crazy.
not trying to be like
Y'all
those
should make an app.
We're not trying to be those Armenian moms where it's like,
You're being those Armenian
Yeah,
moms.
we are
You
being
are.
them,
You're
yeah.
absolutely being the Armenian moms right now.
well, let me put it to you this way: if your parents are watching, they might be like, "Oh my God, there is hope."
Bro, don't even get me started on that. Every day it's like, yo, do you have children yet? I'm like, please leave me alone. Like, go away, bro.
How
Like,
often do you guys have that conversation?
Fucking every other day, bro. Like, okay, when are you gonna get your life together? I'm like, yo, do you realize how insulting that is?
Your
But okay,
life
thanks.
together.
Oh, you
Straight
can
up-
be married with
Bro,
two kids. Your
straight
parents
up-
can
straight
still
up
say that to you. What are you
every
talking
day
about?
my parents are like, when are you gonna like not be Korsovats? And I'm like, dude, what? That's like so insulting. You have no, I laugh at the shit they say now. It's like deeply insulting. They're like, yo, when are you gonna wake up? Like they say shit like that. Like I'm 31 years old, bro. Fuck. Like
31
it's
is
crazy.
nothing, Paul. That's what I'm telling you. 31 is nothing. Bro, 31 is still nothing. I promise you.
Well, how many nephews and nieces do you have?
I have one niece.
You
My
have one?
sister had a kid about 2 years ago, and she's the love of my
Little
life.
baby.
She's so cute, bro. I like the funkle role though. I'm a fun uncle. I'm
Yeah.
the scary looking uncle, and she's this cute little ballerina. It's good. It's a good cross.
good balance.
You play
sure.
with the kid and then you just hand them off to the parents.
That's the
Exactly, and I
best-
love it.
So,
I love it.
Being an uncle is
It's the best.
thing,
It's the
bro.
best.
What,
I'm
As
obsessed.
an uncle, I was like
I'm obsessed.
number one. Like
Very involved.
My
Well,
nephews,
you don't have
my
any
niece-
other siblings besides.
Dude, and I didn't think I'd be so attached to this
As
kid.
my nephews and my niece, they were in love with me, bro. Like I would take them out, we would spend time together, and then I would just drop them. Like they could go home. with
Drop
their
them where?
parents. With their parents.
Oh, okay.
we didn't put them down like some people do.
Bro, you guys gotta stop chopping. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, ask the guy who doesn't have kids.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
go
not
ahead.
kids.
Go ahead, ask the guy who doesn't have kids.
No, because
Because the other 100 people that I answered have...
because Paul and I being so close in age, I think he can relate to this. This is the reason why I
It's the
say
millennial thing.
when you okay, let's say I got two kids. Okay,
Cool.
And this one time we were chit chatting in the group, and again, whoever's watching this as well, I want to get your opinion as well, but I want to hear from you as well. And the guys were like, "Hey, can we do a group conference really quickly?" And I said, "Yeah, give me a minute. I'm putting the kids down." Does it sound bad?
What is that? What does that mean to
What
you
is
guys?
that? The fuck? We were all
That sounds
shocked.
like some old Yeller shit. Like, yo, I gotta put them down. They've been
Oh my
misbehaving.
God.
Let them pull it.
To me, it's like
Are we done with
Kevorkian.
this topic, Arnold?
Kevorkian
Once and
shit.
for all, or
Hey, your shirt?
Yeah, some
Read the
Dr.
damn
Kevorkian.
shit.
It doesn't sound like
Yeah.
basically. I'm
You
not.
cut off half the sentence. I'm putting them down for a nap. To bed. I'm just putting them down.
I can't anymore, bro. I can't anymore.
Sound like you were taking them to like a veterinary office.
you become way too whitewashed. I'm gonna put him down.
No, if it was as Paul just said, if it was whitewash, you'd be like, I'm putting old Yeller down.
Yeah, old Yeller down. That's crazy.
Go and put some weight on that old Yeller. See, it's steady. It's steady as a horse. Oh, jeez. I don't know. The guys always bust my balls for that. But, I mean, are there any plans of possibly getting into a relationship, kids, anything like that?
I mean-
Has it crossed your mind at all?
Yeah, I for sure.
Well, why
for
is
sure.
that always such a priority? I don't understand.
You know, for me, I don't go looking for those things. I kind of just allow them to happen in my life. And I never believed in like going and okay, like now I have this, and this. Now I got to get a wife and a kid. Like it's not a checklist thing, bro. Like if you're gonna, and this is why I think a lot of people end up fucking divorced, because it's like you're not like looking for you shouldn't look for something. You know, that kind of shit should just like happen. And like you feel a connection, and
Yeah,
like
but you got to put yourself in the situation for shit to happen, my friend.
okay, I can get behind putting yourself in a situation, but like,
Makes Sean
yeah,
look
if you're
really
just
special.
home, all day, you know. But
Fuck you on for my shit. You're in love with
It's
my
a
legs,
good
bro?
it's a good thing the title is right on your testicles. You're like got one thing hanging from the other side. The other one is like a
What do you
fucking
want? You want me
circus
to
show.
take it off? You want to see what's underneath? Just
Please
say
don't.
it, bro. All you gotta do is ask.
Bro.
I feel like if
Where-
Joe gets rid of the title, we'll be pulled off the air.
Why do you think I put the title up there?
I feel like one sneeze is something to the
I'm comfortable. That's all that matters.
YouTube's gonna take us down for.
Decent exposure.
We're already barely getting monetized.
Oh, geez. Sorry, Paul. We tend to digress.
No, you're good. I mean, I of course would love that kind of stuff in my life. It's just the right time, the right person. I just let those things kind of happen. Like
Maybe this is the right time.
it might,
Maybe
it might
the
fucking
right
be.
person
Rubino
is
was
in the
good with you.
comment
Yeah,
section.
maybe. Shit.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. You're right. I like that. You're right.
Maybe the person in the comments is gonna be marrying you this summer, bro. I don't know.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ. We just literally
Did
just
y'all
planned this guy's
pre-plan
life.
this? Y'all,
No,
y'all know
no.
Rupina, and you guys are trying to set
No,
this shit
not
up.
at all.
By the way,
big Rupina fans over here.
By the way, my wife does destination weddings. If you guys are
Well,
This is a whole scheme, huh? Y'all.
Rubina quickly changed her profile picture. Now her picture's actually up on the.
Damn,
There
she's
you
quick
go.
with it. Damn, that's crazy. That's
wow,
really funny.
Rubina. Earlier she was saying how she's not tech savvy. Now she's got a
Now
picture.
all of a sudden she has a fucking
She's got her,
PhD.
she just renewed her passport online. Ready to go.
Destination wedding coming along.
Oh my god. Oh, Ninette helped her out.
You guys are funny.
Ninette somehow her fingers involved in everything. I
I think Ninette knows more about the WiseNuts than I do, and I've been here 6 years.
Damn.
She
Well,
knows way more than I do. That's
Well,
for damn sure.
it's see, you remember how you and I were talking about like how we've kind of built like this kind of community. Arno and Ninette, Ninette and I we didn't know each other, but she knew my brother-in-law, and then
Cool.
like there was this connection we made where she was like, "Oh my God, you're Arno's brother, or you're Arno's brother-in-law," and I was like, "Yeah, oh, I know Arno from the WiseNuts." Arno, I mean the other Arno, I haven't seen him in years, but like we see each other every so often, but it feels like we just left off the other day. It's this community we built, and there's people in the chat where
We know them in a sense.
if they're not on a Monday,
We'll ask.
we'll be
Like,
like,
where the fuck you at?
yeah, like where
Oh,
you
that's
at?
cool. That's
So
special.
It's
Yeah, we used
Y'all
to
got a
ask
little-
about John, but we realized he's in the memory care unit, so
Oh shit.
we stopped
What had
asking.
happened to John? Seriously.
well, he's
He's taking life seriously now.
Okay. All right. I mean, I know Ninette through Hero first, and then she became one of our followers. And I think Ninette does more for the WiseNuts than I do at this point. For sure.
At this point or ever?
Okay, ever. Okay, let's put it
God.
that.
Damn.
The right answer is ever.
Yeah, let's get. I mean, now
This
that
is an
you're officially moving to
exceptional
Armenia,
old-fashioned,
we
by the
could.
way.
We could say that out
You like
loud.
it?
So good. She's good
well,
shit.
shout out to the boys from the Glen Arden. The Glen Arden is where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's as you saw, it's a cigar lounge.
Yeah.
And they have phenomenal bartenders, an open bar as well, and they make crazy old fashions. So
Super good.
Shout out to Zorab, Zori, Alex,
Teddy.
and Teddy.
Cool.
For,
And our bartender tonight, Miriam.
yes,
Thank you, Miriam.
yes, definitely.
And for those of you wondering what this place is, it is an actual exclusive cigar lounge. And if you are into cigars and nice scotches, you should come by during the week and become a member here because it's
You'll be surprised what,
It's a
what
very-
lays in Glendale.
it's a
I don't
very
know how y'all smoke
very
that shit.
homey exclusive type of environment.
Cigars.
Great networking and wonderful. people.
I smoked my first cigar at my cousin's wedding. I don't know, I was in my early 20s, and it was like fucking 9 a.m. and motherfuckers were pulling up out of a Rolls Royce Phantom limo and fucking a full band. And like, it's like 8 a.m., bro. Just no consideration for any other human being. They're like, fuck y'all. And then they're like, okay, time for pictures. They pull out this like Cuban fucking steroid, crazy ass illegal cigars. And then they dip it in cognac, and I'm like, word, let's run this shit. And I hit it like a blunt, and I threw up. I just threw up. I projectile vomited over the balcony. 9 a.m. at my fucking high stancy ass cousin's wedding. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Why did you do this to me?
You inhaled.
I
You're not supposed
hit
to
that
inhale.
shit like a fucking blunt, dude, and I literally immediately threw up. It was crazy. And they dipped it in cognac, which made my life worse. But yeah, you know, maybe I'm just maybe I just don't get it.
It was a quick wedding for you. You didn't make it to the bride's house. Was it
No, first destination was all the grooms I've cooked. I think they have a photo of me literally projectile vomiting.
Are you serious?
I'll send it to y'all. You
jeez.
posted on that shit.
Oh, I'm down for that shit. If you're down for it. Oh God. Joe, do we have any comments that or questions
We
for
got
Paul?
a ton of comments.
I know you're back there, kind of monitoring everything, but I'm as blind as a bat.
I'm good. But we still have questions from actual fans. It says, would you hold on? It says, would he go to Amazing Race if he was invited?
Probably. That sounds like a cool show. I think I'm like personable with like I do the Amazing Race in real life. I get to places without fucking knowing how to get there because I'm just like that. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yo, how do I get blah 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 blah. So yeah, I would do that.
So no GPS for you.
No, I just, you know, whenever I travel or when I go to these obscure places, I always just like find a local and I fucking wing it. And I always have the best time of my life. So I think I would do honestly pretty good at the Amazing Race if they ever asked me to do that.
Because CBS bought out a bunch of networks. They bought out MTV, and which is why your co-host or your co-competitor Josh is on the challenges as well.
Yeah. The MTV got bought out, so all those shows kind of crossed over to CBS.
Yeah,
but like, I'm not really huge into the reality TV stuff anymore because it's honestly a lot, bro. It's pretty taxing. It's a little weird, and I don't see myself really as like a TV personality. Like I focus on like my art and doing all this other bullshit. So like, I don't know. They asked me to be on like some Armenian reality TV type shit, and looking back, I regret not doing that. Like,
You regret
any
not doing
Armenian
it?
producers in Yerevan, put me on some bullshit in Armenia. I would love to do that. Put me on
When
some
you
crazy
come out
ass
there,
shit.
we'll meet up.
Bro, I know Armenia TV, they like interviewed me once. It was so fucking funny. It was so fucking funny. You guys need to see that clip too. Cause they're like, they invited me on and they're like, oh, Hayden Khosmes. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, Hayden Khosmes. What do you mean? And they're like, oh, we thought like, Gartsmek Mian Anglarenes Khosum, blah, 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 blah. Like, we didn't know you spoke Armenian. I'm like, no, bro, I got this shit. And then we got on and I was like, okay, but Miropet, like, you got to talk to me at like a second grade level Armenian. Like, don't be saying some crazy ass shit to me, you know?
Those
and then we
words.
started and they're like, che, anyway, Paul John, blah, 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 blah. And then they get into it. And like saying these crazy ass, like, complex akan, haikakan words. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Like, you need to speak to me literally like a second grader. Like, what? They said all this shit? And then the camera panned to me and I just like smiled and I was like,
Next question, please.
I was like, kinetic, Aveli, fucking. Hey, you know what the fuck? Asatsi hiding up closer, Asatsi graket Martin, bro. Like fuck, like you give me some easy shit, you know?
Weird thing is, I understand it, but I can't talk like them. But I could, you know how when you watched Armenian
I
news,
can't
it's like
understand
fast speed.
Hell
I can
no,
literally
bro.
Understand it.
And I'm like on TV shit. I'm like, yo, bro, tatis na yun, like I'm making a fool.
embarrassing, right?
I'm making a fool out of my family.
Dude, the one thing I never understood about Armenian TV, especially Armenian news, is why can't they make it simpler and modern? It's literally exactly what Paul said. It's so fucking complex as far as the words. It's like you want to know what the weather is, and they're talking about like building some sort of
Geopolitics, and you're
It's
like, what?
It's like they give you the formula of building some nuclear war.
Dude, I want to be on some of those fucking telenovela, soap opera, dramatic ass Armenian shits that your grandma is watching 3 hours a day, bro. Like I need.
Oh, you gotta go
I'd
to
be
Brazil
fucking
for
down.
that.
No, bro, we got that shit in Yerevan. It's so low
But
budget.
the ones in
The
Yerevan
low budget
are-
ones, bro. They're
the ones
so funny.
The ones they're making in Yerevan is pretty much translated. They basically take the script from the Brazil one.
And then they
that
just
is there,
translate it, right?
And they just translate it, and here you go. It's the Armenian version right
I
now.
want to be on some shit like that where I get like shot and it's like ketchup. You know what I mean? Like, I want a low budget telenovela type shit in Armenian. Like I could be the criminal in whatever. You know, like it's easy casting.
Bro, the best for those telenovela bullshits when they use the guns and they shoot, you can tell the guy's wearing something underneath his shirt instead of like it just it pops out. Like, what the fuck?
Paul, one question for you: the skull. At what age did that become such a big part of your life, brother?
Wow, did you ask me the real last question? So I, in my museum, I have over.
Can we see the skull?
I should have brought a skull. Bana said it.
What do you mean? You have skulls just laying around, bro?
Oh,
Like,
I thought
what do
you were
mean?
referring to his tattoo.
No.
no.
I'm talking about his. So if you follow Paul on IG, you're gonna see Paul has a thing for skulls. I just want to
Yes.
see at what age.
Damn, I
did you
should have
get
brought a
into
skull.
that?
Fuck.
Actual human skull?
Yeah, actual human skulls. I have over 100 human skulls in my museum that are either archaeological history, medical history, or cultural history that I have rescued from all over this world. And I found them in places where they were either not being appreciated, or storage units, or somebody's grandpa was an archaeologist and they kept this stuff and they died and the kids don't know what to do with it. And I take it and I clean it, I restore it, and then I teach people about it on my platform, or I have it in my little museum where people can come and learn from it. So like I was saying earlier, our medical history was founded on using actual human remains to study from, right? And this was done all over the world, not just here, not just Armenia, but like literally all over the world. And these things exist, like they're just out there. And it started in like the 1800s, late 1700s, all the way up until like the 1950s, 1960s. So you can imagine that's a lot of human body parts that are just out there. And most of the time, people don't even assume it's real. Most of the time, people don't know what to do with it because they think it's illegal or they think it's bad. So I go around looking for these things and I restore them back to like good shape. And then I teach people about like, why did we keep things like this, to learn from them. And obviously my focus has been Armenian now, you know, and like I do the entire restoration at that institution. Like it's not like I'm literally there doing like crazy ass shit. And it's really important because I think people that are interested in medicine, and even the deacons over there were telling me like, yo, we bring school kids here and we show them this stuff, and like whoever it sparks an interest in, those people go on to like go to medical school and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, you're showing them this scary, murky, dirty, ugly ass shit. Let me make it pretty. So when they see it, they're like, wow, this looks cool, this looks beautiful, not like this looks like a deteriorated human corpse.
Yeah,
you know what
creepy,
I mean?
basically.
Exactly. So I'm cleaning it and in hopes that this inspires kids, inspires the youth when they come visit these museums, these high school kids, and they see this stuff. They're like, wow, you know, I do want to learn medicine. I do want to learn to be a doctor. And like, we need that shit desperately in Armenia. So as weird as what I do sounds, it actually does have a trickle down effect that is very important for our culture and our history, particularly the fact that it was the first doctors out of the Armenian genocide were literally did this stuff. And it's like crazy, like a head and it's like cut a certain way open and like the brain is exposed and like certain facial muscles are cut out. And like, eti zeri gortsa, bro. Like we're fucking craftsmen. And it even shows in our artistry in like preserving human remains to study, you know, like these specific diseases, to study these specific illnesses and anomalies in the human body. So, these are the things that I go after and I look for and I restore and I keep and yeah, basically
you like on
my first human skull I got when I was 18 off of Craigslist, and I got it from a dentist, this fucking 76-year-old dentist from like San Clemente. And I was like, you know what? This is how people die. They buy a human skull off of Craigslist. And then this is how a fucking horror story starts. But I didn't know you could actually own a human skull. And I at the time, I wanted to make an art piece with the human skull. I wanted to do like this cool memento mori, like life, death. That shit has been a topic in my mind since I was a little kid. There was like a little bit of like that kind of trauma in my family story, like very... Like you know, there was a murder and death in the family. It was crazy. So like it had always piqued my interest, life and death and this topic mixed in with like the religious influence of like being Armenian and like the Christian influence. And I had so many like conflicting questions, right? That's probably why I went on to study philosophy, because like this shit was really interesting to me. But yeah, I that was my first skull. I made an art piece with it because I thought that it would make people like feel something. Like if you know, like, if you see a human skull, you're not gonna not have an opinion about it. Like already, you're gonna feel something about it. And then if I, you know, try to portray a message through it, I think it will get through to a person faster than any other form of art that I can make. So, yeah, that's pretty much how that journey started. And then it went on to like the more historical side, and preservation and like preserving history became a really important thing for me. And then I took all that stuff that I learned, and now I'm trying to apply it to Armenia and like our history and our people and like things we need to preserve and learn from and change. You know?
seem to have a little bit of a bigger attachment to this whole death thing than the
what do you
average
mean?
person,
Because it's
bro.
tattooed on my neck?
No, besides that, like, I mean, even your page is called Death Skull.
Yeah. Yes.
What's up with that? Like, why not life?
Because I think death is beautiful. I think death is important for life. I think if we didn't have death, life would be meaningless.
Absolutely.
Because if you had infinite life, you lose touch because it's forever, right? But the fact that you die makes things a little more imminent, makes things a little more special, makes you value your time here with the people here, makes things have emos, bro. Shout out to the fucking guy who asked me what the fuck my emos was. Death gives emos. Without death, there is
Purpose.
no fucking purpose, right? And we are so scared of death, even though death is like the only truth that we have. Because let me tell you, bro.
That's the only thing guaranteed.
Let me
after
tell
you're
you,
born.
because life is fucked up. Life is fucked up. Life is scary. You can have some scary ass shit happen to you in life. And we're seeing that right now. You know, these kids that are getting blown the fuck up. That's fucking scary, right? Life, you don't know what kind of cards you're going to be dealt with in life. But what you do know is death is there. Death is a certainty. Death tells you like, yo, you will die.
that doesn't
you will
even
die.
ask how much money you have.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
Nothing.
It doesn't.
It doesn't
But
ask
life-
for an appointment. Nothing.
You
No-
can experience things in life that are far worse than death. Is that fucking valid to say, guys? You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Like
Yes,
life
yes.
can deal you shit that is way worse than dying. Some people wish to be dead given the circumstances that they're dealing with in
Yeah,
life.
death is. I don't think death should be looked at as anything scary because you're gone. You're gone.
Yeah,
It's who's left that has to deal with it.
exactly.
You're not dealing with it.
Through my work, I'm trying to destigmatize the idea of death. And I eventually want to get into the funerary industry in Armenia to help with the grieving process of our people. Because guess what? You know what a main fucking thing about our people is? We've been grieving for centuries, bro. We've been grieving. We've been at loss. We've been at heartbreak for centuries. And that is something that we do not nurture nearly as much as we should, given the fact of how much trauma and death that our people have seen. Why is nobody dealing with that shit gently? And like, why is that not at the forefront? Even now, bro, even the current war, the young kids that fucking died, bro, where's the support for these families? Where are the support for these kids? And I'm interacting with these kids that either lost friends in the war, lost limbs in the war, and they still have a cheeky attitude, but they don't have the fucking support that they deserve dealing with this very difficult shit. And I really, really want to implement some of these changes in Armenia and really change our conversations with death and grief. Because in Armenia, bro, it seems as it's like amot, or like it's untalked about, or it's like this weird ass shit when like that is not healthy for us, bro. That is not healthy for a human being, let alone I think for our people. So I think that's a conversation that needs to start being had. You know, not everybody's gonna agree with that. People are gonna be like, "Who's this fucking wacko?" But like,
That's fine, but
shit
this
matters,
is-
bro.
Yeah, but they may say who's this fucking wacko until you preach to them about, you know, what your mission is, and then they'll turn around and say, "Holy shit, this guy's got a point."
Look at Dr. Kevorkian, bro. Literally, he's my idol, bro. That dude was such a stand up guy, and of course Hayed, bro. Like I actually got to meet Dr. Kevorkian when I was a kid
In person?
He did an ASA talk at UCLA. I was like fucking 11 or 12 years old. And my sister was in university going to med school. She took me with her, and I got to shake fucking Dr. Kevorkian's hand. And like that dude is such an icon. That dude was so ahead of like the time and like implementing things that are so important. And you know, everybody demonized him. Everybody see him as like this horrible, you know, monstrous person. And then after the fact, they were like, wait, this guy was actually like,
Well, now it's legalized.
yeah,
What
in
he-
some
That's
in some
crazy, isn't
states,
it?
in some states,
Yeah.
it should
Paul-
be in all states.
In at that UCLA, you said, right? He did a
He
talk.
did an ASA talk, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
He did a meet
so-
and greet Q&A.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually
Over a decade ago, probably.
Joe was there.
I know I was there. So get this, guys. Get this.
Wait, you were there?
Yeah, I was there.
Dude, you
so,
saw little me, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
So I went and I was gonna compliment him, and I think he was already on his, you know, on the verge of going. You
He
know
was
what I
old
mean?
as fuck. Yeah, he was done.
Yeah. So I get up there and I'm about to compliment him, but I guess he misunderstood me. He thought I was arguing with him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was.
Do you have it recorded, Joe?
I have no idea. I think that I
Yeah, it's
think
on
that
Facebook.
They
have
did
it.
record
Your
it.
ass was recording shit like that back
On
then.
MySpace.
Probably
It's on MySpace.
MySpace.
Oh, gee. Let me ask you this: skulls and all the tattoos and all that. Are you religious at all?
No, I'm not religious.
Atheist?
No, I'm not atheist either.
Do you believe in God?
Spiritual.
I believe in a greater purpose. I believe in something bigger than us. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in anything that's man-made. I don't believe anything that's man-made. I don't trust it. You know.
The only reason why I ask is being Armenian, being the first Christian nation, adopting Christianity, and you visiting Armenia.
Yeah.
And you know how Armenia is very.
Oh, trust me, I know. I
you
know.
That's one of the reasons why I ask is.
So
do
I
you
believe that Jesus Christ was a real person who had really good morals, who was an astounding individual, and I think religion capitalized off of his death and turned it into a business. I think Jesus Christ was like a philosopher, a philanthropist. I think he was a great person, and they just branded him and made a religion that worked and made millions of dollars. I don't believe anything man-made. I believe in a greater purpose. I believe in a greater power, whether that's God, whether that's the sun, whether that's fucking the universe, whatever it needs to be. I think the term would be agnostotheism, where I don't claim to know what it is, but I know that there's something greater than me. I know it's not just
You
I don't think
believe
all of
the
this
higher
happened by
power,
chance. I think there's something.
The creator. You believe in the creator.
Yeah, I believe in something like that. I just can't. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, and I don't really care what it is. You know, I trust it. Whatever it is, I know it's greater than me, and I know I'm just a small part of a bigger picture, and I feel comfortable living that way. I don't believe in man-made religion, and I will tell you why. Because any representation of these religions in our modern world are, I think, not the greatest. And I made this point when I was protesting in Armenia and everybody was touting about us being the first Christians. And I was like, okay, word. Y'all ever been to the fucking Vatican? Y'all ever been to the Vatican? Have you? Because guess what? There is hundreds of millions of dollars of marble and gold and this show of this guy. I was like, where's the Vatican, bro? Where's the Vatican? Where's the Vatican to save the Christians of Artsakh, the first Christians of this fucking earth? Where is the headquarters of Christianity for us? What are they doing? Doing a little prayer? Thank you so much.
And at the same
Thank you so
time-
much. Thank you so much, bro, because that didn't save the children of Artsakh. That didn't save the people that were killed and beheaded. Like, that didn't help us. So it's like, y'all obviously don't care about the first Christians of this world. So if you don't care about the first Christians of this world, then obviously you must not even really care about Christianity, you know? So I was like, why, like we wear this badge of honor so much that we're the first Christians, but where are the Christians? Where are the Christians, bro? Even fuck the Vatican. Where are the Christians of this world when Armenia is down bad? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like Uren, bro.
Oh, but no one's coming.
No one's coming, bro. And we're the first guys, dude. We're the first guys and nobody gives a fuck. The Vatican doesn't give a fuck. And they have
No,
money.
bro.
They have more money and power than Armenia can have in a blink of an eye. And nothing. And
I mean,
nothing.
it's not
That's
about-
what makes me lose any belief in that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
Paul, it's more than the Vatican, bro. It's like all these times, every time you open any type of media about Armenia, it's about the East is going to save the West. Armenia should stick with the East.
Yeah.
Armenia should go to the West. Bro, when are you guys all going to wake the fuck up? The East and the West ain't coming. They
Nobody's
both want
coming.
you dead.
nobody.
Save yourself.
Back to our main point of like Armenians, gotta look out for Armenians because nobody else cares, bro. Nobody else cares. Nobody has it. France doesn't give a shit.
No.
Russia doesn't give a fuck. Iran doesn't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about Armenia, this little landlocked, tiny, unresourceful place. The only people that give a fuck and have pride and have that love are other Armenians. So why would you butt heads with the people that give a fuck as opposed to listening to the sweet nothings and lies of the people that are just in it for some sort of gain, some sort of financial or whatever gain. But like nobody cares like Armenians care. And the more we create that divide, the more we like oppress each other and butt each other, like we're doing what our enemies want. We're expediting our own demise. And the sooner that we see that, I think the better like shit will start to change.
I'll be honest with you, Paul. I feel like our church has probably failed people like you. And I feel like within time, you're going to come to the Armenian church. Because I'm not a church-going Armenian, but I am a Christian, and Jesus Christ is the king for me, right? But our church, just like the Vatican, has failed us too. You know, the same type of corruption you have in government is also alive and
course.
well in the church.
Of course.
You understand? So it's like, I'm not against the church. No. All I'm saying is the head honchos in the Armenian church are just as corrupt.
Right.
And the second tier needs to come up and take control and have the free Armenian church.
Like, but bro, again, I went to Pepperdine, a Christian university. I studied extensively about Christianity and religion, and I'm like, dude, if Jesus actually saw this shit, Kavari, bro, he would burn all this shit to the ground. Like, if he saw the Vatican, he would set that shit on fire, bro. Like Like he was not about that. He was not about any of that. And-
Just the Vatican. Look at what's going on in society today, bro.
exactly.
From the pedophilia to all this other shit that's going on all around the world, bro. There's this massive division going on where, yeah, if you're absolutely right, bro. I mean, when you dive deep into what you're saying, it's logical.
It's logical, man.
And they talk about the second coming, but
Das auch, bitte.
it's like if we need you.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I really was preaching that stuff, and I'm like, like we tout this like badge of like first Christians, but like, yo, Christians don't even give a shit about us. Like, if you don't realize that it's only Armenians that give a shit about Armenians, like, how much more cred can we have in that world? We were the first Christian nation, like
even that I question. Armenians.
And like where's like the Red Cross? Or like where's any organization
A lot of
like
Armenians
donating
don't
to
even
us?
give a shit about
You know what I'm
Armenia.
saying? So I don't know, man. I hate to sound like defeatist or whatever, but like
if you read that comment,
Which
can
one?
you
Which
put
one?
up? I can't read.
Which
those.
one? Which one are you
Minas-
talking about, Mina?
Minas.
Is it here?
What does it
that's,
say?
I mean, that's
Is it that?
if Armenians cared, they would have stayed in Armenia to keep the land and fight for it. That's
Yes,
not how it
yes,
works.
she's Armenian.
That's
Look,
not how it works.
Maybe if there wasn't a genocide, we wouldn't have to be.
We
Let's
didn't
not
have to
make
leave the
excuses,
country. You know what I
guys.
mean?
Okay, let's not make excuses. The same individual wrote that comment is an Armenian,
Right.
right? If Armenians, why are you excluding yourself?
Well, hold
Go
on.
back.
Is she living in Armenia?
Well,
No,
maybe
no,
maybe
she's not.
Minos.
She's not.
Well, Minos. It's not.
Up at any Minos in itself is
Here, I'll put it back.
very
up for you guys.
Armenian, very Armenian.
Does he live in Armenia?
I don't
Well,
know,
it's- hold
not-
on, it's
not
Min-
a he. I
it's
think
Minas
a girl.
Yvette, it's a girl.
Minos is a last name in this.
Oh,
case.
Yvette. Okay, sorry.
I mean, I hear it. It's just like, yo, we did face the genocide. We did have to leave to survive. And it's like, now we're getting at that time. It's like, okay, guys, we should head back. Like, we should head back before it's too late, before it becomes even more increasingly difficult to go back, which is exactly what our enemies want. They want to
Yes.
make our shit so fucked up that more people leave and nobody comes back.
Yes.
And the sooner we fight that battle is the sooner that I think Armenia will start to see a better day. And we need to see it in that way, where it's like they want to make it bad. They are making it bad on purpose so that nobody is there, so that we all leave. But like, we need to fight that shit aggressively.
No, nobody made it bad for Armenia. The only thing that made it bad for Armenia, and the reason why Armenians left, is because of Armenians, the Armenian government. It
Yes,
had nothing to do with.
absolutely.
Had not. My family didn't leave Armenia because of Turks.
Yeah, but who's influencing the Armenian government, bro? Who do you think is paying them to fuck shit up? Our enemies, bro.
Yeah, but you can say that about every government.
That's sad that your
Exactly.
leader-
I mean,
exactly.
Like I
if
said,
it
there's
wasn't
no
for
such
sale,
thing.
if it wasn't for sale to begin with, then we wouldn't have that problem, right? If they weren't for sale.
Yeah.
The government, if your government's not working for you, they're not your government.
Word.
And the fact is, like we just talked about earlier, besides El Salvador and maybe Italy today, because they have someone with bigger balls than most leaders today, and that's about it.
And
That's
look, here's the thing, and that's what I wholeheartedly believe. It's going to shift, and the Italy's and the El Salvadors of the world it's the tip of the iceberg right now. There's going to be a big conservative movement shift where people may go back to their motherland, but again, to me, that's not as significant as sustaining your land as it is to. It's about the type of government you have. If we had proper government in Armenia, we could sustain it eternity.
Easily.
But me going back there and another 500,000 people going back there,
It's gonna help.
there's not. Look, it's
gonna
again
help.
boils down to the government, because if I go down there, for example, if they don't allow me to apply my expertise, what am I going to do in Armenia?
500,000 people move from outside of Armenia back into Armenia.
Okay, 120,000 have moved right now.
Wait. Let me ask you this: 500,000 moving back there. If only 20% of them were to actually start voting in Armenia, it makes a difference.
Who are they voting
It
for?
makes-
They can't even vote here. They don't even know who to vote for here. You think they're going to all of a sudden know who to vote for in Armenia?
No, they have the right to vote. That's all it is.
Having
That's
the
all I'm
right doesn't
saying.
mean anything. When
mean?
it's who counts the vote that matters.
I get it. I agree with you.
I mean,
I've been saying
the
that about
people
this country
voted for
a while.
Pashinyan.
I don't know. I
People
wasn't
voted
there.
for Sarkis. I don't know if these people voted
I
for
don't know.
them.
I don't know.
I don't know if I believe
You know what
anything.
So
on, bro.
you see, that's the thing. It's not. Unfortunately, yes. Can people make a difference? Absolutely. The people are much bigger than the government, but people need to realize that, and we still don't realize that. we still think, well, the government's going to help us. They're too powerful, or they're too. No, they're not. They're nothing. If people stand up, they're nothing. But we don't have unity. Just like in the United States, we don't have unity. In Armenia, we have no unity. And of all states, you would think Armenia should have unity because it's one of the few countries in the world until recently that had sustained its kind of originality because it was primarily occupied by Armenians.
Yeah, ethnic
Right?
homogeny.
Its ethnicity was there. And we even gave that up.
Yeah, we gave that up. Too, yeah.
So good luck with unity at this point. I mean, America, it's very hard to find unity because you've got 18 million different cultures here. The only unity you have is, are you red or blue? That's the only unity you find. Oh, you're red? Okay, we could speak the same language. You're blue? Fuck you, or vice versa. And that's the thing. People, we have to come together just as people in general and realize, look, it's all for a bigger cause. This is beyond us. This is for our kids' future. Whether it's America, Armenia, Japan, whatever country you want to live in, it's the people's unity that's going to resolve all these issues. The government will never, ever do anything for its people.
Ultimately, the people outnumber these people by 99-1.
Yeah,
So-
but money talks. Remember that. If the government,
Unfortunately.
government is not getting rich, know that shit's gonna hit the fan hard. If the government is prospering, know that nothing will change. Nothing will change because they're lining up their pockets and they're continuing to get rich. Bro, look at some of these government officials in Armenia, bro, and look at how much their style as far as clothing and attire has changed.
Yeah.
From the suits they used to wear to the watches they now have on their arms.
Yeah.
On their
but
wrists, sorry.
See, here's the
on their
thing.
wrists.
That's an outside. It's like what do you call that? Like it's the facade, basically.
perception?
It's a facade.
It's a facade with taxpayer money.
Yeah. Besides that,
I mean, that's expensive facade.
look, bro. Think about it. You know how you change
that facade
you
can
change
get
your style, right?
That facade can get a child outside of Yerevan living in Gyumri in a metal container out of that container.
Absolute-
That facade.
No. That's what I'm telling you. Like you said, the government's changed and the suits turned into bicycles and tits hanging out. That's fine. But the decision-making people didn't change. Just the faces changed.
I get it.
Bottom line, what you're saying is the people have to stand up either way because nothing's changed in regards to the government.
Word.
It's not about Armenia. It's everywhere.
Yes,
We're
everywhere.
talking about
Armenia
it's not
would be one example.
one example, but the same thing you can apply here. Same thing you can apply it here.
Exactly.
I mean, because look at California. We're essentially one governor away from completely shifting to either better or worse.
Absolutely.
Right? Look at Florida is a perfect example. It was the laughing stock of the United States. Florida, every talk radio, every late
station.
night, there was always something about did this happen in Florida or not, and it was the weirdest shit. Like, oh, did the aunt just get impregnated by the nephew? Did it happen in Florida? Yes.
Right.
So and so was eaten by a crocodile. Did it happen in the state of Florida or not? I mean, the craziest, most whacked up meth, crack, all this crap. Florida was a shit show. And then one governor comes in, DeSantis, all of a sudden COVID happens, the guy shines, the whole country is fleeing to Florida now.
Yeah.
Now,
Bunch of people
do you
move to
pack up
Florida.
and go to Florida? No, I would say no, because what happens when DeSantis leaves and some moron comes into power?
Or
And then
I think
what?
of it another way. I think of Florida as a big trap. I feel like they're gonna put all the conservatives moving to Florida, and then some mysterious
Democrats get away.
No.
A flood?
Flooded. They might
They're gonna flood Florida.
They will flood
Jesus,
it,
talk about conspiracy theory.
bro. If they
That
get
would
all
be the
these
second coming of Christ if they flood Florida, bro.
Bro, in the 90s, they would show us videos, scare tactics of how by 5 years from now, 90% of Florida was going to be
Cooked.
underwater,
Bro.
and you're gonna see. It was supposed to be like a Gaza
Of
Strip, bro.
course. And the wealthiest people live on all the coastlines, California coastline.
This is
Florida.
why I always say that global warming shit is bullshit. Because look at the money being dumped into all these massive buildings in Florida and in these areas where the sea level isn't that high. You really think the big banks, and this goes back to what you were saying as far as forget the government, right? The people, George Carlin says it, the people that really own us, that are actually messing with the money. You think they would dump that money into those areas?
Of course not.
So you're just being cute about the whole Florida going underwater.
No, bro. I said that's what they were trying to tell us back then.
Well,
It's
they
not
went-
that I believed it, brother.
They went through acid rain. Remember that? They had acid rain. They had a bunch of stuff. It was supposed to be underwater a while back.
And that's what I was saying. It's just they kept scaring us with that, but Florida's thriving. It's beautiful.
Maybe
Guys, anything else we've missed? Paul, anything you want to kind of touch on before we call it a night?
Fuck, I don't know. This was fun. I had a really good time.
You gonna come back?
Yeah, I'll come back. This shit was nice.
in 4 years.
Nah, I'll come back. I'll come back.
How about we do this? You're gonna go to Armenia this year, right? You said? Or
Yeah,
you're
that's,
planning on
that's
going.
the plan. That's the plan.
We want you to go to Armenia, do your thing,
And come back with some stories to tell.
Hopefully, you run into this guy,
We'll run into each other.
you'll
with
see
that.
me, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You will see me.
and then you come back and have some more stories, shoot the shit some more.
I would love that. That would be
Just
awesome.
listen for the jingles.
You know, dude, the street dogs know me by my jingles, and Hamlet can attest to this. Whenever you see me walking in Armenia, there's a minimum of 5 stray
Oh,
dogs
those are
following
the
me.
best dogs ever.
Following me. I feed these motherfuckers doktorski like you wouldn't believe. I get in there, I get these fucking little salamis. I'm feeding motherfuckers, and I got protection on lock. You try to fuck with me, you're getting attacked by a stray dog. You are getting attacked by a stray dog. You bet. I'm like Cinderella, but like a Haikakan version, bro. It's really something.
Well,
crazy.
before we end the show, last week we had Harushan, and we kind of gave a hint as far as raccoons. You were feeding raccoons in your
Dude, I'll feed fucking anybody. Dude, I play with stray animals, and I don't know if that's smart, but like I really am good with I'm good with animals. I'm good with stray animals.
Bro, what the hell was going on with those raccoons?
Dude, it was coming to my yard, and then I just befriended it, and then it literally became my friend. And I would drive home,
And you named
and
him
I'd
Pucci.
Puchik. I would open the door, and it would just be waiting there for me. And like it would take stuff out of my hand. It was chill, like we were boys. Like it was. I
He didn't
domesticated.
complain about your shorts.
No, the fucking raccoon did not give a shit about the shorts, bro. I domesticated this raccoon. But in Armenia, like, I mean, wild horses, wild dogs, wild cats. I mean,
Yeah, so the street dogs, my nephews would go buy dog food, actual bags of dog food, pour it into the backpacks.
That's
They would
awesome.
get on those scooters, those, the ones with the apps.
Yerevan Go, bro.
Yerevan goes, the green.
I ate shit on one of those
lime
ones.
green. Bro, I loved using
It's
those
so
things.
good.
So my nephews would put like 3 backpacks full of dog food.
God
They would
bless
get
them.
out 11 p.m. They wouldn't come back till like 3, 4 a.m. They would just go feed dogs.
That's fucking awesome.
And I would ask them, bro, like, why aren't you guys going hanging out? You know how much fun this is?
Dude, you get so much joy from hanging out with the street dogs. And the street dogs are so smart, bro. They're waiting at stoplights. Literally, they wait
they're-
at fucking
bro, they're better than
stoplights.
humans. They stop until
They
the
drink
shit-
at the pulpulaks. Like, the dogs are obviously dostirakpats than the fucking society. I swear to God. Like, it's
Bro,
it's amazing.
crazy. You see a dog actually use the pulpulak the right way, and then you fucking see a human come and put their lips on. Am I wrong here, bro?
Suck the shit out of the pool.
No, like I'm like, ona shuna kezis khilatsi.
Dude, I like, as much as like Armenia does need to get like the dog stuff under control, like if the dogs went away, it would really suck. It would suck, dude. The dogs
piece missing, bro.
add so much charm to Yerevan, bro, because they're all like well behaved, smart. Like everybody, it's everyone's dog. You have you just like rent a dog, bro, and like some of these
Rent a dog.
dogs are so tight with me. Like they'll hang out with me all day, bro. Like I'll go bar hopping. Hamlet knows. We'll go bar hopping, and it'll just wait outside for me, and then
Definitely,
keep fucking
bro.
going, and then we'll eat. We'll go to barbecue, get a lamb majun, you get one for the dog too, and like everyone's looking at you sideways. They're like, "Why the fuck are you feeding these dogs food?" And you're like, "Bro, leave me alone." You know what I mean? Like,
But it's fun.
yeah, it's the best.
It's fun.
It's the best.
Some people the thing is, some people find joy in things you might think is stupid, but That's you.
Well, but you
might
don't have to
enjoy-
poo-poo their joy. You know what I mean?
Of course, like if Louis Vuitton and Gucci makes you happy, it doesn't
Cool.
do shit for me.
Yeah, different
It just
strokes for
doesn't
different
do me.
folks, bro. That's
I
it.
have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Like Gucci, Moochie, Poochie, like
Poochie, dude.
Louis Vuitton, all of that. Like I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter.
You just want to touch the stray dog.
When you go to Armenia,
that's
that's
what
what you
works
got to
for
do.
you.
You remember this story and you feed a stray
he
dog.
has a dog story. His dog story is worse than everything we've ever seen.
Yeah.
This guy literally saved a dog.
stray
from-
dog, yeah?
Well, no,
not a
it
stray
it
dog.
wasn't a
No, it
stray
wasn't
No,
dog.
a
he
stray
saved the
dog.
dog from possibly
Possibly
demise.
being
Fuck.
batted dead.
Fuck.
Yeah.
In Armenia. Oh, yeah, they don't give a shit.
Fuck it.
The locals, they're like, nah.
They'll take him out in front of you.
Anlasun. And you're like, yo, bro, what do you mean? He's just a good boy. Leave him alone, you know?
It's like every 3-4 buildings, you know, that center area, Bakirum, and then all the cars, since it's hot in the summertime, the street dogs all under
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cars,
yeah, yeah,
under the
yeah,
cars.
yeah, yeah.
As soon as the sun goes down, they all come out, start
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for food.
Yeah. And they're fed, bro. Some of them
Yeah,
dogs.
they eat better than
Some of
us.
them dogs I've been seeing for years. I'm like, obviously you're good, bro. Like you're out here, you're all
They're
right.
not skinny.
Yeah, they're fat. Oh my god, chahat seles, bro. Like, it's awesome.
Well, Paul, we want to thank you for taking time to come onto the show, man. It was long overdue.
It was, dude. Thank you,
And
guys.
I'm glad you made time for us, bro. We really
Dude,
appreciate
I'm like seldom here. I live in New York, and then I come here to just be with the family, and it's always like a tight schedule when I'm here. But it was really cool to get to meet you guys. This place is beautiful. You guys are super cool. This was really very fun. I would love to come back and just shoot the shit with y'all.
We appreciate
We
you
appreciate
coming
you,
on,
brother.
Hell yeah.
Everybody else, again, big shout out to Arno, Nina. Thank you guys as well. Miriam, thank you for bartending today. The boys again from the Glen Arden. Thank you. Today's show will be up and running on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all major platforms mañana. Have a great week, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys all next Monday.
Later, y'all.
Peace. I need to